activism across Jewish, non-Jewish, and governmental organizations responsible for generating policy to combat prejudice. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is chairing the program. This is SRN News. One Biden proposal is not fully supported.
The Biden administration's push to reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug is going forward without the support of the Drug Enforcement Agency, which requested more information on supporting science to reclassify marijuana. But the Justice Department decided to move ahead without the drug agency's sign-off. Longtime observers of the DEA say politics may be at play, contending the Justice Department is moving forward because President Biden wants to use the pot issue to move voters in his re-election campaign. John Scott reports.
The granddaughter of Elvis Presley is fighting an attempt to publicly auction his Graceland estate in Memphis. A lawsuit from Riley Keough alleges that a company's claims the King of Rock and Roll's former home was used as collateral for an unpaid loan or fraudulent. Court documents show a public auction is scheduled for Thursday. More details at srnnews.com.
Okay, so Domino's perfect combo includes 2 vegan one-topping pizzas, 16 Parmesan bread bites, 8 cinnamon twists, and a 2-liter of Coke. Today we're on the street asking real people how much they think it all costs. Always. $44, $45, $34.99. The 2 pizzas are probably 10 each.
75.
What if I told you that this
Good morning. Good morning there, Pink. Hope you're doing great. Thank you. I am doing great, my friend. I appreciate you being with us. I really do.
Where can you be a star athlete?
Get started here. Your first one on.
Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newton, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your
Get rid of
insurance
that.
needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
Hank Arnold here from Cowie the Forest. Cowie the Forest is Newman's own addiction recovery support center.
Good morning, Pete. What's up?
Support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforest.org or follow us on Facebook.
What's up, brother? How's it going? All going good, brother. I hope everything's going good with you. Wishy-washy. Oh, what a cool name. What a cool name.
Is Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to the former location. Bring you the
I love
chicken
you guys' names.
So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton.
Hey everyone, my name is Jared.
What happened on this date 44 years ago?
And what
You got married?
Is fathering a generation. We have a kids mentoring program for middle school and high school age kids. We also have an after-school program for kindergarten through 5th grade. And so these programs you have for the kids are free of cost for the children. And so we do fundraisers. Right now we're doing a fundraiser for these Malachi Project t-shirts for a $25 donation. You can receive a Malachi Project t-shirt, and your donation will go into the ministry. And so we will be on the Newton Square, May 24th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Jimi Hendrix dies. Is that what you're talking about?
This cause we are doing with the Malachi Project. You can call or text.
Jimi Hendrix died 44 years ago. Is that what you're talking about?
8685. Bless you.
This is Holly Reese with Warrior Defenders. Tune in every month.
Pac-Man arcade game. Oh, okay. That's more important.
WQEE, the key 99.1 FM.
This is the Make a Difference Minute
And Mark White Show.
with 6 convenient locations to serve you. Thanks to
We'll get started this morning. We got Brenda Gaskey going on in the final period.
RVs for sale at incredible prices. Whether you're looking for an awesome RV for a long-term road trip or a
What's up? How you doing? Hope you're doing good this morning too.
Langston Motorhomes is here to provide you with some outstanding options.
AU.
You just won't find anywhere.
So I'm gonna nickname you AU. Everybody gets a nickname in here. Starts being part of the show. You guys are going to get nicknames because you're here every day. And the more people come on, you guys are still going to be. Ask Cher and Gail about being the OGs. I'm always excited when they come on. They've been with me for years listening.
Sergeant Nick Brosner was on his way home from work. He got off work 15 minutes early. All the other cars were passing by. But
If he comes in, we'll do something. Logan Paul Jr. Logan Paul Jr. Woohoo! Y'all know who that is, don't you? The famous RW.
He was able to pull over
But
and
I'm cooking.
me out of what I was in. Just
Cook it
that
again.
state
Cooked again last
of
night.
being completely overdone.
Yeah, AU.
And
It's always cool because AU can remind me of my favorite college football team, Auburn University, AU. So that's what I put together. That's fine, Logan Paul. We know who you are. I'm just going to say Logan Paul in case they want to come in.
But he did because he was kind and
10,
loving, and
10.
he really was.
World U.S. champion Logan Paul and his tag team partner Logan Paul Jr. turns on it. And Logan Paul Jr. says he's not just going to stop with the U.S. title. He's going to defeat Roman Reigns for the world title. I mean, Cody Rhodes. Roman's out. I mean, WWE title. I'm sorry. Get that right because the world title's on Raw.
Someone who is in such a depressed state that they want to kill themselves need more than just a little inspiration.
You can follow the 15-Minute Project on Facebook and Instagram. Be sure to follow the more information on Facebook and Instagram.
Here we go. Let's see. You got that right, fella. It is not. Welcome into period number 1 of 3 periods of nonstop play, sports, entertainment, news, information, everything you need. Great guest, horrifying histories. Brenda Gaskey joins us in the final period. You guys are in lockdown with yours truly. Let's go ahead and get it kicked off right now. Triple H, tell them. It's RyanORadio, of course, of your famous RyanORadio Penitentiary. And, I'm the game. All right, 50,000 plus of you worldwide. No, that's right. All over the Shoutcast, shout it out loud. Across the RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio. New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia, Isles of Canada, and finally, the Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE, Atlanta and Metro Atlanta's only real radio station. That's right. And we're live all day. Great live programming, great programming throughout the day. Sports, news, music, and more. We got it all going on. Sweet double chin music, says Red Hawk, Green Hawk. I love that name. And to our haters out there, I got one thing to say to you. Listen up. Tell them, Triple H. That's right. Whether anybody likes it or not, I'm the man around here. What's up, EPP TV? Wishy-washy as everybody. AU is with us this morning. That's my nickname for him. Logan Paul Jr. is on with us. Pete from Noonan's on. Red Hawk, Green Hawk. I love that. Now, what I want to know is it a wrestling page? Is it you just like into that? I love that this guy is awesome, man. I love Red Hawk, Green Hawk. Always love that as well. I hope that was funny and glad you got a chuckle out of it. God bless you. Always do. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Are you ready? You got that right. Chris, good afternoon to you in the UK, one of our favorite places there around the world and everything. We are at about 15 minutes past the hours currently in the Atlanta, Metro Atlanta area. 62 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, sunny where I'm at. High reaching near 86 and low near 66 tonight. Your tablet temperature brought to you by those friends at Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. They don't care for rodents, critters, gooey things at all. Neither do I. And guess what? They take care of my home. They take care of yours. EPP TV, welcome in. He says beef tacos or chicken tacos. I like both. I can't really decide. If it's Taco Bell, it's beef tacos. If it's a real Mexican restaurant putting real food, it's chicken tacos because the way they cook the chicken and everything. And I appreciate that, Red Hawk, Green Hawk. I appreciate you too. Hello from Australia. Oh, down under. All right. And I'm not going to do my terrible impersonation of your accent because that would be very wrong. Even though I can do a British accent, somebody said I could, but yeah, I appreciate that. But Daniel, I appreciate your brother for being with us. Which of these our poll question this morning, which of these most famous bank robbers would you likely watch a documentary on? 29% say our friends Jesse James. I don't like Jesse James. Bonnie and Clyde get 53% of the vote so far. Patty Hearst, the heiress out there in California, got 12% of the votes. And any others is 6% of the votes. AU says Peanuts Christmas or Peanuts Halloween. Oh, man, I love both of them. So the Halloween one is a little bit more cute because of the Great Pumpkin. So that's one I watch them both, even at this age. Sorry. My man, the chicken is so juicy and holds so much flavor. I know that's right, EPP TV. Louisiana in the house. What's up? One of my other favorite places. When I was living in Pensacola, Florida, worked for a company, we had members and staff out of Louisiana. We dealt with wonderful people over there. It was awesome. Curtis, how you doing this morning? Can you do a Logan Paul question? Yes, I can eventually. Cheers, mate. Speaking of accents, I'm liking yours. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. See, that's how everybody should be around the world. Liking everybody, loving where everybody's from, and everything like that. Wishy Washy says, yo, I'm Nate. What? Oh, hold up. Brother, welcome into it. Wishy Washy. We've got Sweet Leaf, Sue, Tim, Bob, and all of them on the Navajo Nation and Arizona, New Mexico out there, brother. They are on Earth Rock Radio listening this morning. Guys, we got us a Native American from Alaska. And which village is that? A little village. There you go. Well, Wishy Washy, I appreciate that, my friend. We appreciate you for being who you are and everything. Thank you for founding this country like I do all my Native American friends. Because I got partial Seminole in me from my mom's side. So Curtis says, good. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Angie says, good morning from South Jersey. I mean, Angle. Not Angie. Sorry. Angle 2762. Good morning from South Jersey. What's up, my friend? I appreciate you being with us there. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. I only know the Long Island. I see himself, Matt Cardona. So that's my woo, woo, woo for you. Oh, okay. You changed it. Angie, I'm sorry. I said Angle. I'm sorry. Angie. Sorry, man, Angie. I said Angie first, and then I said Angle, and I said Angie. I'm so confused. Woo, woo, woo. Angie, good morning to you. Sorry about that. We're doing listener takeover at the beginning of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Talking to our listeners before we get any news, weather, traffic, events. We got coming up this morning our good friend, Horrifying History host, the one, the only, know her by name, Brenda Gaskey, Horrifying History Professor Brenda Gaskey, we like to say. We'll talk about another horrifying history moment where history is stained by the blood of the unknown with Weird Wednesday. And we got some Weird Wednesday stuff to talk about. Hey, we're going to get into it a little later on this morning. Ohio school had a lockdown for a very strange reason. What? A very strange reason? A very strange reason. And that's Bigfoot. And we also, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it wasn't a real Bigfoot. It was a kid dressed up. Also, we'll talk about 12-foot alligator again at near Air Force Base. So all of that's coming up for you this morning. We'll talk about Elvis Presley's estate being sold. Actually, there's a lawsuit there scheduled for foreclosure tomorrow. We'll get into a few different things. Curtis says, I'm praying for all the people that will be facing tornado weather. There you go. Good. Bigfoot, oh no, says Angie. Well, Wishy-Washy says, my hometown is Elm, Alaska, Norda Sound area. Oh, okay. No ice or water. Wow. Sean, which moron? Which moron? They're both morons. I don't know. My listeners were not talking about whatever the voting things. And there was a voting day in there. Oh, because she's got something against somebody else. I didn't vote for it. I wasn't in that area, but hey, if people want to vote for it, that's fine. What's wrong with it? Because we don't like it that rich people cheat each other and they're all fighting each other. Let all the rich eat each other up. Let them all eat each other up. Then you and me can take over and all of us can take over. We'll be all right. Let them all eat up. Oh, yeah, we had some yesterday in Georgia. There was some elections going on. But anyway, what's up? How you doing, Wiseman? How you doing? Because she's an embarrassment because of you're into the other guy. Hey, Jacob A, how you doing? I used to live in your house, brother. Really? Which house? Good to hear you. I'll be glad when they all done with each other. Sean, I'll be glad when they all done with each other so we can get back to being normal. You and me and the rest of us so tired of all them people dividing us. The one I'm in, this is not a house. This is a radio station building. This is an actual office downtown. So, no, it's Jacob A. Don't get into all that this morning, Jacob. Now, how about you? I'm doing good. Can you scream? 1M Teams. No, I'm not able to scream because I'm on the radio. Hold on. Puddle Bud 888 says, I used to paint my teeth and used to kiss my mother. Well, that's what you want to do, man. We're not going to judge you here. We're not going to judge you here. We're going to make fun of you, but we're not going to judge you. That's what we do. Yes, sir. I am doing a radio show from 99.1 FM, WQEE in downtown Metro Atlanta area of Noonan. So we voted our people in here. And there was a pretty big thing there. So check out the WQEE page. I put all that. Actually, I didn't share a few that won on the page because I'm not into all that arguing on the radio station page. So I didn't share that one that Sean brought up. I didn't share her win or anything on there. So I was like, yeah, I don't want nobody to get bad. What's your radio station? What is the radio? WQEE 99.1 FM. Kenneth, good morning to you, brother. How you doing? I appreciate you being with us. God bless you. What do you think of Andrew Tate? Tell me a little bit more about him. I know a couple of different names on that. I do around here. Everybody can be friends. Michael Jackson is talking about him being gay. No, that's not a gay channel. I'm straight. But if you're gay, it's all right, Michael Jackson. We don't care. But we know that you like to hang out on the Epstein's list. Long Island, what's up? Hello. Jacob says, can you say hey to my friend Mike? Good morning, Mike. Oxlong. I said, hey. The other guy said gay. Michael Jackson says, like, oh, you got me. See how we do things on this channel? We have a good time on one another. It's not about a bunch of hate. We do get one or two people to come in to hate, and you know what? Usually the listeners are like, hey, get rid of that person. We're having too much of a good time. They're getting a little too serious. They're cussing in front of kids. We want to pick at each other in here. And Sean, people like Sean can say what they want to say in here. What? Sean's like, what? I can say what you let me say. What? Yeah, you're not going to get eliminated because you have a different opinion than somebody else. Oh my God, it's terrible. You are the GOAT. I don't want to be a GOAT, but thank you. I appreciate it. You are the GOAT, man. You are the GOAT, man. Pastor, hello, Pastor. How you doing this morning? It could be, but nobody could stop it. No human could stop it whatsoever. Nobody, whether Republican or Democrat, could stop anything. Maybe RFK Jr. could. I don't know. They kind of like, he can get out there and throw some conspiracy theories. Okay, false conspiracy theories. Let me get that right. I don't want to offend my conspiracy theorists out there. My real conspiracy theorists, I don't offend them. You're from Portugal. Good day. There you go. Hi, Timeless and Mid-Eds. Portugal, how you doing? So if he says it could be, there's a possibility it could be. Greatest of all times. Thank you. I appreciate that. What is the shape of Italy? It looks like a boot. That's what we've always said. It looked like a boot, but I don't know if it really is or not. See, I got some flat earthers that come in here and don't believe the earth is round, even though I do. I don't disagree with them. Gosh, Ryan, why? Because that's the way the world is supposed to be. We do music later on, but not during this show. Yeah, greatest of all time means GOAT. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can you say the number 120965? Uh-oh, did I conjure up something? It's not going to get me because I got God on my side. So. Oh, man, guys, we're having a good time this morning. Everybody's like, what's going on? Sweet Leaf's like, man, you got some crazy folks in there this morning. Thank you, Sweet Leaf. Sue says, good morning, everybody out there from the Navajo Nation. Bob, Tim, and Rodney K are checking in, as well as Mike and David in Canada, along with Alice checking in with us. We got to say good morning going out to Diana in South Wales checking in with us, along with our good friend Sarah Bear down in New Zealand, and that's nighttime, overnight there. Kiko in Japan says good morning. I say konnichiwa to her, and we're going to say hello to Robert down in Australia, who's on with us as well. We got another Australian on, but he's on a different feed. And Anna Marie, good morning to you. And Noonan, do the noon and dance, do the noon and dance, do the noon and dance. There you go. Also, I think we got everybody. I think we called everybody. It pops up. And then we got 50,000 plus on this shoutcast. So I'm just going to say John and Sarah on there. John and Jane. So I've hit over half the people listening there. Good morning, John and Jane Smith. Wow, over half the people. I can't read everybody's thing on there, but hey, that's fine. There's just too many people on there. Annie Marie is with us from Noonan. Which of these here's our poll question this morning. Which of these most famous bank robbers would you likely watch a documentary on? Jesse James from the James Gang, 28% of the votes. Bonnie and Clyde's getting 37% of the votes. Patty Hearst, the heir out there in California who faked her own kidnapping, 12% of the vote. And others with 21% of the vote. I am Jacob. There you go. Thank you for Wishy Wash for saying that. It's my birthday. Can you sing happy birthday to me? Happy birthday to you. Oh, let's do a little king for you. Since they're going to try to foreclose my home. All right, Mid, happy birthday to you, Mid. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mid. You're 23, I'm going to just say to make you feel good. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. Hey, I sang happy birthday to one of my listeners. Bonnie and Clyde says, Pete, there you go. All right, Skurlock. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of great people on. You're very welcome. I had to do it in Elvis voice so that I could sing it, even though I got a little bit of tone in my voice. You're welcome. 31 minutes past the hour, 62 degrees, beautiful sunny skies in the metro Atlanta area, mostly cloudy in Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuned in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. You are here with us. And of course, you can go to the WQEE page, and see all the elected officials in the state of Georgia as of yesterday, and some of the stuff that went on there. We put all that on our WQEE page for you to read yourself. That's right. Not for me to tell you what to think, but singing in and snooze max dudes, Ryan. I know. Snooze max still's trying to say the election is not over. Did Patty Hearst fake her own kidnapping? Yes. If that's the one I think we're talking about, is the woman that out in California that was an heiress, and she faked her own kidnapping. And she robbed from her family. They call her an infamous robber. When I read, I was like, I don't know what's got to do with that, but I'm going to pop her name in here anyway, because all the other ones were gangsters. And I was like, we're not going to get into the gangster thing yet. I may have a different gangster mindset on another day. Because I think we already did one on that last week. All right, ladies and germs. Back in a moment. Stay with us. I am a W for a living. I'm a W for a living. Win. That's what it is, Jacob. Hey, there you go. All right. We appreciate you, and everybody else for being with us. Don't you dare move. We got a little bit more. We're going to talk about Elvis next. Jacob, you were so cool yesterday. You messing with everybody again? You did pick on the kid yesterday, but Timeless. I will give you a shout out when I get back on the radio too. But hello, Timeless. How you doing? Timeless. You know what that means? That means that you are timeless and you're unforgettable. No worries, brother. You hate that. You hate that kid. I hate that as a kid, a lead at work. What? Elvis is dead. Thank you very much. Oh, Elvis is not dead. He's right here, buddy. The king never died. No, pretty mama, never died. I like the peanut butter nana sandwich. Karate. How do you unlock someone I blocked my friend on accident? Uh-oh. How old are you? I am old. You talk about really cool things. Cool things, dude. Thank you, Wishy Washy. Maybe Jacob's asking you. He's native off of Alaska, which is cool. Lead. Okay, lead. No, weed is not legal in Georgia, but there's a lot of people who do it. I don't. But who's my favorite YouTuber? I don't really have one. I'll go ahead and go with Logan Paul since one of our listeners love him. And he's a wrestler, so. Was your name mentioned? Jacob A. That's why A is for A plus, baby. Lead, okay. Now I get what you were saying. Well, You know that the THC is the dangerous part. It's too heavy. It makes people imagine conspiracy theories like shapeshifters. Oh, thank you, Monty. I appreciate that. Try to keep it calm as much as possible. I appreciate you liking my hair. Monty. How do I become a chat monitor? I have no idea. British spoiled robbers. Jay, what's up, Jay? How you doing, brother? He's under the supervisor or helper. Oh, tell him he can't. Let's see. Tell him he can't be doing that. Hamas. You know, I'm not into any of the smoking or anything like that, brother. And I don't know whether it should be or shouldn't be, but I know one thing. The vaping's dangerous because people vape too much and they pop too much stuff, and then they start seeing imaginary conspiracy things. I saw it. I saw that in the corner. Maybe you can pass on my chat username and press make monitor. That might sound right. Listen to Timeless, Logan Paul. How many Indian things you have stored in a British museum? I don't know. I'm not from Britain. Professional looters, robbers. Oh, you're talking about people come from other countries and came to the United States when these people that were Native Americans here were first. Yeah, they say that. They're right. I'm not going to disagree. I got a lot of Native Americans that listen to me. You didn't get that anywhere else. You're from India. All right. Awesome. You're from Arizona, I think, Jacob. Oh, you're in lockdown with us. Come on back in out of the... Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for thinking I was British, though. Hey, thank you, Jay. No offense here to anyone. You know, I'm not getting offended from that. Yep, you're from Arizona, one of my favorite places, Jay. All right, we welcome everybody in. We got Jay in. Jacob is from Arizona. Jay in. Thank you very much, everybody, for being with us. Does anyone know how to unblock something? Good morning. We got people from India, everywhere, all over the world. British. You want me to do my British interpretation? I don't want my British listeners to get mad. What the bloody blazes are you bloody doing? I don't know. Ringo and there are hanging out. Sorry about that. Timeless is unforgettable is listening to us this morning. I really like being a MOD here in the chat. Oh, you want to... Lady in Red. There used to be a song called that. I think, years ago, Kenny Rogers sang it, I think. Thank you. That was a good one, mate. I appreciate that. Hey, Jacob, I'm down to make that. Is that only $10 though? I don't want just $10. I want more. You're going to be a moderator for me. Okay. I didn't know what mode meant. It's like, can I mode for you? I was like, you can mow my yard if you want to, yeah. I am from the United States and Georgia, my friend. The metro Atlanta areas. There you go. We are 62 degrees, mostly sunny skies out there. High near 86, low near 66. Time and temperature at about 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. Brought to you by those wonderful folks out there listening to us at Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for rodents, critters, and gooey things at all. Michael the Gru can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. Thomas says, haha, nice one. Lady in Red says, Chris, what? Oh, yes, you're right. There you go. I knew it. Thank you for bringing up the right person. Lady in Red. I was just thinking Kenny Rogers, because he was in Georgia. I always want to give, anytime I hear all these great songs, I always think it's got to be Kenny Rogers. Any of this really mellow, it's got to be Kenny Rogers. I'm just kidding. I used to work at Oldies Radio back in the day. What used to be called Oldies Radio, what's called Oldies Radio today is classic rock and roll and classic R&B and classic hip hop. Welcome to the Oldies Station. Coming up this hour, we got Snoop Dogg, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, Madonna. Yeah, and we're going to also go back to the hit of the day. Yes, the hit of the day. It's by Dr. Dre. That's the oldies today. I am FM radio dial, my friend. And good morning to Josephine. How you doing? Hello to you. Welcome back. Who else we got here? Welcoming in. Good morning. No, I'm not Muslim, but if you are, that's fine. We don't judge anybody here. I'm Christian, but we don't judge anybody here. And if you know, whatever's going on over there, we got a brother, man, that lets us know some stuff's going on there that listens. Good morning, all. Hope all is well with everyone, says CK. What's up, CK? 56 South 6. How you doing, brother? I love this one. Somebody's already jumped into the poll question. Frankie says the Oswells were gangsters, father and son, back in 1994. Ooh. Which of these most famous bank robbers would you likely watch a documentary on? I'm going to watch that one you just brought up, Frankie. 35% say Jesse James, 31% say Bonnie and Clyde, 10% say Patty Hearst, the heir that got herself kidnapped and all that kind of stuff. She did a lot of robbery too, bank robbery, as she was kidnapped and working, it was a big thing. 24% say other. So there you go. I'm going to check that out. Man, I love all this. What? What's up, themetalden.com? Good morning to you. All right, let's jump into a couple of headline news. Thank you. Kenny Rogers is my uncle. Joseph, for real? Josephine, for real? He had passed away. For real? Wow. Georgia is awesome. Housing cost in Atlanta is lower than other cities compared to average income. It is everywhere, but some parts of Georgia is a little bit more expensive. Monty said, you are excellent. You talk smart, full of energy. Thank you, Monty. I appreciate that. Wasn't that there was called the Dalton game? Yep, back in the day there was the Dalton game. All right, I've got somebody in California that was kin to RFK Jr. and the original JFK that listens to this show. Now I got Kenny Rogers' niece with us. To all the other radio shows out there. And I got the Navajo Nation. To all the other radio shows out there, we got 2 words for you. You suck. I have the cool audience. Ants. Whoa, something trying to attack me here. See? The devil's trying to attack us, you guys. Oh my God, my desk is invaded by ants. You got to spray them off there. Foosball. What's up? All right, let's jump into it. Let's talk about Elvis Presley. Thank you very much. Elvis is dead. I know Anna Marie showed that earlier. Anna Marie Presley. Just the king right here trying to tell you, Anna Marie, do not say I'm dead. Karate and peanut butter nana sandwiches. Go make me one if you don't mind. Thank you. Thank you very much. Elvis Presley's Graceland mansion in Memphis is scheduled for a foreclosure tomorrow, but his granddaughter is fighting back with a lawsuit. A Shelby County courthouse notice says the mansion and his property will auction and be sold at the highest bidder. Good Lord. So maybe some Elvis fan will get it. Elvis's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, allegedly used the mansion as collateral to secure a $3.8 billion loan back in 2018. Riley, 34, is Lisa Marie's daughter, and Elvis's granddaughter filed a countersuit Wednesday accusing the investment of being a fraud and investment in enterprise. Wow. And the deed of the trust allegedly signed back in May of 2018 in Florida was never recorded in Shelby County, where Graceland is located, and allegedly contains signatures that are forged that appeared to be those of Lisa Marie Presley because she never signed those documents according to her daughter. This is what's going on with this. This is what's going on with this. Wow. Yes. Do I play an instrument? Yes, drums. I'm a drummer, buddy. Thank you for asking. What's your name? RyanORadio, Penitentiary, Ryan O'Neal. Thank you, my friend. You are so cool. Thank you guys for being with us. And I'm saying you guys are cool. Oh, talking about some bank robberies in there. Wow, how did this happen? How did what happen? Me talking to Elvis, talking to you, Anna Marie? Well, you got to go get him a peanut butter nana sandwich. I'll tell you what, everybody out there listening to King here. They're not going to sell my place. No. You may close down Red Lobster, but you ain't going to get rid of King's Graceland because I'll be out there karate chop. Thank you very much. Be right back. Battery is at 5%. Thank you guys and everything. Thanks. I tell you what, lady in red, that is crazy. And we're going to talk about Red Lobster in just a few right now, ladies and gentlemen, going into chapter 11. Everybody's just losing jobs. I know that some people think that, well, this party can do this and this party. No, man, jobs are being shut down and things are happening all because the economy went to crap in 2020 because of our friends across the sea that sent a virus out. Oh, man, I'm sorry that it hurts. You need to get that checked. Add bacon in that peanut butter and banana sandwich. Oh, bacon and peanut butter and banana sandwich. Thank you. Thank you very much there. I forgot about my bacon. Thank you, lady in red. You're taking care of the king. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Well, I blame them all because there was another guy under the helms when it happened. And I don't think that just shutting down jobs is going to be the thing. It's not just one administration. And all this is happening because certain people want to have certain things. And I'm not against the rich getting discounts. Believe me. I think we all should get discounts, whether you're a billionaire or you a $2 heir. I think we all should get discounts and tax cuts. Billionaire and $2 heir, all the same. And I understand where a lot of these businesses come from. The automation is much easier. I mean, I'm not putting them down or putting them up, but if I could sit there and automate my whole store with 24/7 or my whole factory 24/7 without having to pay somebody to come in to take two 15-minute breaks and an hour break that's under the law, and I can run the same programming all day long, I'm probably going to do that. And that's what these people are doing. And I'm not putting them down for it, but it is costing us jobs. So there's a lot to it. You got to look deeper just into who you don't like, because all of them up there seem to play that show. What was that show that used to be on? I cannot remember it. Scandal. That was probably the closest to reality to what politicians really were. Sleeping with one another, taking from one another, destroying one another, destroying all of us. Yeah. You in the crack rock, Saber? We'll pray for you. Pray the cyber gets off of that. No, they don't. No, none of them want to work on it because they already have their money in the bank. They don't care about you and me or anybody else around the world. She fried my pee-pee sandwich. Oh, she did. Sounds like the show Dallas. Hey, thank you, lady in red. I always thought that was what it was too. History has a habit of replacing people with machines. Just think about it. Thank you, Josephine. Now, look, I just want to let everybody know out here that our listeners that are in here saying this stuff, that none of these people are scared of AI or anything like that. They're just bringing up thoughts, processes, and things that they learned in the past because they all, actually went to school and paid attention. I just want that to be known out there before people say it. Or are they scared? No, they're not scared. Well, thank you, Bali. I'm scared of humans, not AI. Thank you. Well, you don't have to be scared of anybody in this one, Bali. You're with us, brother. But Elvis Presley's granddaughter fighting for this. They're trying to take that. Man, I want to tell you, as we get ready to head into the break, we're going to talk about Red Lobster in just a few, shutting down. You know what they're going, guys? You know what they're going, guys? They're going in bankruptcy. Bankruptcy. Wow. Good day, everyone. Don't leave wishy-washy. I want you here. I work 8 to 10 hours in 1 minute break. If I get a 45, if I can get it in a 45-minute lunch break. That's how they're going to get us humans to say, we don't want to replace you with the robots. Just don't eat and have any breaks. Bali is, you're like, you're scared of humans, huh? Boo. Well, he's not talking about that. He's talking about the dangerous people out here like shooting each other up and stuff. He says humans have done more evil to humans than any other species. Well, I can't disagree with him on that. Look at my poll question this morning. Machines works what humans want from it. We got, you know what? We can figure a way out how to get it, guys. We just got to figure out how to control those machines ourselves. We're smarter than them. Well, most of us are. Anna Marie says, problem is if people don't have jobs, they can't buy stuff. And so then those automatic businesses help tank the economy. That's another good point there. Another great point. Oh, I don't think AI scares you or anybody on here. AI doesn't scare me, said one of our wonderful listeners. He says, I always bully them into breaking their program. Wow, I love you. Woohoo! 1 15-minute break. Golly. Being scared of humans is what they want you. Can't trust that person next to you, so you are screwed. Well, I think we all can trust each other. I think a lot of people are trusting one another. I agree with you on that. That's what they're trying to do. Let's don't let it happen. Let's don't let these people, if somebody's on the right or the left, let's don't worry about who they vote for. I was watching this all in videos all over my community, people saying this, that I don't care which side you're on, this is how I feel about this. That's fine. And that's great. That's the way it should be. And he says, you feel this way. I was like, wow, this guy's amazing. And I think most people believe that way. I believe we all believe that everybody can have opinions. We've got to stop letting them who are making the money off of us, Scandal, Dallas, whatever you want to compare the shows to, that's pretty much what they are. They're just worried about all that. They do things with each other to get their bills passed while we're sitting down here going, I don't like so-and-so. They're up there playing Peyton Place, if you guys ever heard of that. The older ones do. Lady in Red be like, I know what you're talking about. Some restaurants are closing because of the supply chain issues. Some had to change their recipes and menus. Yep, that's true. But I hate it that one of my favorite places is in bankruptcy, but it's still for sale. So people with money out there, listen, to give people jobs. This is what I tell anytime, what I tell anybody. You know how you take a rich man's money? You walk into his business, shake his hand, and say, give me a job. That's how you take a rich man's money. All them rich men out there laughing. Oh, God, Lord, boy, that's funny. I kind of wish I was born in the 1800s. Life was so much simpler. It was, but then you don't have indoor plumbing and everything. The only good thing about that is you really didn't have news media, but you always had that one neighbor, like from Little House on the Prairie, like, Mrs. Olsen, to go around, run around, tell everybody what's going on. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. That was the only thing you got to look out for, Lady in Red, is is Mrs. Olson. She was the fake media back then. Thank you for subscribing, brother. No, Josephine. That's what Josephine. I'm sorry. That's one of the things you had to worry about back then. Josephine is Harriet Olson. Yeah, there was different problems then. You love Mrs. Olson. Anna Marie, are you like Mrs. Olson? You go around and tell everybody to sing. I heard that Ryan was talking to some people on his show this morning, telling them they could have opinions and he wasn't going to disagree with them and he was going to read their stuff and say appreciate them. I don't know what's wrong with him. So what you going to do, Anna Marie, to me? I prefer a heist to steal rich folks' money, but that works too. There you go. Thank you. Glitch, what's up, brother? Watchdog movie trailer drop. Really? I got to check it out.
Check us out at SouthernStatesBank.net. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 410611.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street.
Oh, yeah.
Same great taste. The best
Yeah, I'm gonna. You want to talk about gay frogs? Frogs are gay and getting gayer in 2024. That's right. Infowars.com. All you got to do is order this little blue pill. This little blue pill will make you and your wife happy. The problem, I use them every night. By 7 o'clock, I'm asleep, and my wife invites Geraldo the pool boy over. Yeah, it'll make you and your wife happy. Go to Infowars.com. There you go. You're in the basement. This is a radio show on a real radio station. You go try to start in here with the most electrifying fan base on here. You really want to step in and play troll in this group of people? Good luck. Good luck. What's up, brother? I love you to death, Trent. I'm picking with you. Don't get it. Look, my brother man right there came in picking with me. You need to get back in the basement. Is that where you're from? In the basement on the internet saying that lizard people are real and that they're changing into. I'm picking with you, Trent. I love you. Look at you. I can't pick at him because he's messing with me next minute. He's like, I like you. You're awesome. Toilet seat. What's up? What a freaking, that should be the name of a band. Lizzo is real. Lizzo's real, but lizard people are not. I'm enjoying my morning this morning, brother. You guys are so funny. I cannot read all the things. We got toilet seat on with us. Trinn. I think that's Trinn. I hope you doing well this morning, my friend. I appreciate it. Oh, I love that one. We've got so many great people on here. The government is making my. I can't read that on the radio, but I appreciate that. You know, I'm not able to read some of that on the radio, but you guys put it in there. You know, I don't care. That's what's cool about this. The way rights trolling Lizzo is the same as cancel culture. You got that right, Bolly. Well, we got a lot of people who have different opinions. You know, it's the media that is trying to divide everybody. It's the council. It's the people get on the internet here to do the, what do you call it? Clickbait shows that want to divide you guys. Wish you watched this too spicy. I want to unblock Jacob, but I can't. How do I do that? You block Jacob? Why? Logan Paul Jr., United States junior champion. You know there's a U.S. junior champion. United States Junior Champion. Why did you do that? Back in a moment. Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. Oh, okay. Why are you doing him like that? Because he did you like that. I guess one good turn deserves another, and you're 12. So, yes, it's beautiful. It's because minorities of people that are complaining to companies that old people who run social media think that's it's been. Yep, you're right. Old people do run the social media. Yeah, cancel culture. Cancel culture. Yeah, it's you. They start going, cancel culture? You want me to learn about black history? No, cancel culture. You want me to learn about somebody's other culture from another country? Cancel culture. I'm not gay, I'm straight. If you're gay, that's fine. We don't care. Welcome to the penitentiary. You're in lockdown, buddy. If you hadn't seen some of the comments on here, you're probably in the wrong place and they're going to probably make you cry. I wouldn't want to be stepping in here to these people. There you go. Slang. Slump. Go back. Get back to work. I'm trying. Actually, I got to go. I'm on a break, on news break. That's right. They can. Well, actually, most of us really do, I think. It just makes more likes and clickbaits and stuff on these false clickbaiters and these people on the internet that think they're doing something because they're trying to take care of the family. So they'll sit in their office and they'll put a background up and they'll start talking bull crap and start making up lies about gay frogs and stuff, or making up lies about the right and say that everybody's fascist. And because it's making them money. Welcome, Jacob. Thank you. This is 99.1 FM WQEE The Key. Yo, guys, today my math is EOG. Woohoo! We got a genius in here. Is that, what is it, Angel? Thank you, Angel. You are a genius. Well, he is. Yeah, I mean, he is. We're not talking about a racist. We're talking about regular folks. He's a racist. People do make money on the YouTube, bro. They get these billion followers and then they get more and more, and YouTube pays them because they got so many. And then they get clients to sponsor it, and they'll say, this portion of the show is brought to you by the electric razor, the blue razor that's going to raise you and trim your private parts. Tell them I tried it. I had to shave a lot of stuff down there. Now back to our false conspiracy theories. But that's how they do it, brother. Yeah, they've already asked me if they want to put sponsors on this show for me, and I'm not even, the radio station page hadn't even hit work usually other things. They've already sent that to us. Thank you, Philip. I appreciate you. He's a racist piece of crap, Ollie. Don't let him get under your skin, brother. Don't let that piece of trash get under your skin, man. Damn! Is that Ron Simmons? Damn! Because you're gonna make another wrestling fan in here happy. Philip, I love it. Laughing. I know you're laughing. Can we be friends? Can we be friends? Philip Tipson. Oh man, you got got to come in every day, brother. You've been done ran out every troll that we have in here. I told them, man, they get afraid. Philip, all you're doing is helping out my analytics, brother. I think he's crying. Is he crying because I'm making fun of him? Yes, I watch football. Which football, though, you're asking? Soccer or American football or Canadian football? Yeah, he's ruining the chat. All right. There you go. Wait, I thought we got rid of it. Yep, there you go. Y'all guys are good. He needs a diaper change. Soccer, yes. Atlanta United's fantastic year. We got Miami International, which has one of the most famous players of all times. So yes, we talk a little soccer here on Tuesday mornings and other sports. He's gone now. You got banned because you were sent a loading emoji. You can put whatever emoji you want to put on here. We don't care. You haven't seen my audience? International Miami. Yeah, that's it. With Messi. Leon Messi. Leon's awesome. Did you know that when he went to Miami, they have, of course, Miami Dolphins and they have the Florida Panthers, all that kind of stuff in that area. You know that when he went there, the prices of soccer games went up extremely like they were supposed to be professional. Oh, I see. You probably confused them, Angel. They were like, oh no, my thing is stopping. Oh, you kept putting it on there. They probably thought, oh no, my internet's not working. Smack, smack, smack. I have no idea. I usually let my sports guy tell me all that. Yep. American football is rugby where you guys are. Yeah, but you guys play it tougher. You don't wear the protective helmets and stuff. You wear the leather helmets and beat each other up like you're supposed to. Kind of like the ECW version of football over there. Oh, is that what that is? Angle dust? I thought I said angel. Angle dust. Okay. I thought I said angel dust. Oh, I'm hyped for the Paris Olympics too, friend. I think that is going to be awesome. Eli wouldn't know what to do with that. Yes, I am awesome. Period number 2 underway. We got a lot to talk about. We got the crew in us on the RyanORadio YouTube page, WQEE. Like, subscribe, and share. If you want to help a brother out, go to patreon.com/RyanORadio. We appreciate that, guys. Also, we're going to talk about Red Lobster closing, some more going into bankruptcy, a few other things like that, a little bit of headline news. Still to come in the final period this morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got coming up for you? Hold on. Coming up this last hour is going to be horrifying history. The one, the only horrifying history coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. And that's Brenda Gasky will join us, and Professor Brenda Gasky will join us. Oh, what's up? BK on the air. Good morning, Rhino. You're going to see Mad Max this weekend? Oh, man. Memorial Day weekend is going to be a weekend of that. You're going to be the one that puts it over the top. So when I talked with Shane on Tuesday about movies, and he says, well, Mad Max did this, I'm like, it's all BK's fault. Reason it's number 1 is because it's BK's fault. BK on the air, one of our favorite other radio shows as well, guys. Radio shows, not just YouTube radio shows. Josephine, thank you. I appreciate all you guys dropping some stuff in there. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout It Out Loud across the RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, in the Navajo Nation. We'll say good morning to Sweet Leaf and crew there. Good morning across the British Columbia Isles of Canada and 99.1 FM, WQEE, home of Southern Sports, Inspirational Talk, and Real News. We are the only real talk station around. And if you know of big famous talk shows that are like being put off in the Atlanta market because somebody don't like them and this I like, hey, we're not like that here. Differences of opinions at WQEE go a long, long damn way. That's how we are. We want everybody's opinion. That's why everybody's opinion's in my feed. Like, subscribe, and share, everybody. Please like, subscribe, and share. It's a mad, mad world, says Bali. He's recommending a good movie there. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in here, Wishy Wash. I appreciate that, brother. My Native American brother there in Alaska. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome into period number 2. It is going up. I'm loving the feed and everything. I'm appreciating everybody. And everybody's like, wow, here's a guy that everybody has different opinions and he's letting everybody get their opinions out there and go, yeah, nah. I just want to let everybody know that's what this show is all about. And that's what this station is all about. You don't have to agree with somebody to let them have an opinion. That's the reason we got so much arguments and fighting in this world, ladies and gentlemen, is because the media divides and the clickbait people divide because they only want to divide and get a particular audience to build up their YouTube pages to get paid. I mean, YouTube's already said, hey, we can start helping you out getting advertising on the YouTube page for the YouTube radio station page. So, I mean, it's just the way it is. But I'm going to build mine organically, and I'm going to do the right things because I built the show with 50,000 listeners every day and all day long organically. So we're going to do that. I just want the real people in here. And difference of opinions is fantastic with me because I learn. I'm not one of these people who go, well, I don't agree with you. You're completely stupid and completely wrong. I'm like, no, I want to learn something from you. You have a different point of view on that than I did. I guess that's just how I was raised. I don't know. Wishy Wash says, yo, I'm playing some games while listening on YouTube. And this one dude was blasting. Wow. Logan Paul Jr., it's time for a segment of Guess the Wrestler by Emoji. Go for it. Tap on the 3 dots on the top right and like. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Hassan. Hope I'm saying your name right. Hamad Hassi. Hamad. I'm so if I said that right. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't like this because that's why I go right by Ryan O'Neal on the radio. My last name, people are like, how do you say that? So I'm always respectful to that kind of thing. All right. Before we get into any news or anything else, which of these, Ryan, do you know what time it is? It's time for segment. Guess the Wrestler by Emoji. Let's go ahead and put it in there for you. John Cena, can you see me? Which of these most famous bank robbers would you likely watch a documentary on? Jesse James, 37% of the vote so far. Bonnie and Clyde, the famous boyfriend-girlfriend that were never married couple, that 27%. And I learned that a young officer had his eye on Bonnie before she went out and did all this stuff. Wow. Patty Hearst, the heiress to a famous family, robber, help people rob, all kind of things. You got to go into her story. 12% of the votes and 24% with others. Man, we got a lot of people voting this morning. We appreciate you guys being with us. BK on the air, thank you very much for being with us. And just to remind you that if the Mad Max movie goes to number 1 this weekend, it's BK's fault. So I'm going to tell that to Shane. BK, but go ahead and tell him. I don't care. Barry said, go ahead and tell him. I don't care. Shane just laughed. Like, come on. Can you see? I can. All right. Let's jump into some headline news. News you can use for yourself and read for yourself, because I'm not here to read every story and tell you, well, you know what? You're wrong for being what you are. It's wrong for you to think this, that, and the other. All right, the DOJ sues 2 anti-abortion organizations. 1 dead, 71 injured in extreme turbulence at a Singapore Airlines flight. The former president's classification documentaries found at Mar-a-Lago bedroom after FBI search, court documents reveal. Australia, New Zealand, guys, began airlifts from one island to another. Wow. These stories and more you can read for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, on WQEE Key page. And you can see who all won, who all was voted in early voting yesterday in the state of Georgia for you Georgia residents. It's all on our page. We share it on the Facebook page. Go to our Facebook page and like, subscribe, share. And if you can add us as a friend, we'll add you as a friend. We'll appreciate it. 2 M's sound like 1. 2 M's sound like 1. 2 M's sound like 1. I like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, funeral events for Iran's president and foreign minister got underway on Tuesday to the streets in the northwestern city. Thousands turned out for the proceedings and the funeral that was going on. Investigation still going on, and that helicopter crash is underway. Red Bricks told me yesterday he was on his way to visit me because he liked my show, and they shot him down. So you know what? Probably because they shot him down, they did. He was coming to see me. There you go. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has reacted with fury against the ICC chief prosecutor for arrest warrants for him and the defense minister for their so-called alleged war crimes in Gaza. The prime minister said that these arrests were not right. Hamas already said that they were condemning the arrest on. So both sides are condemning the arrest. So I don't know why the ICC is trying to do this. They're not going to be able to stop anything by trying to do this. Both sides saying, hey, we're right. And in their eyes, they're right. I mean, as an American, of course, Israel is our ally and we're behind Israel. That's the way it is. But they're right. Damn, I stay away from you. Damn, I stay away from you. Don't want to get shot. Who's getting shot? What? What does that mean? Who are you talking to? I did not see it, little brother man. Okay. Round 1. Tiny, soccer. All right, glasses, tiny, sports. Rey Mysterio. Dominant Mysterio. There you go. Oh, okay. That's right. I got so much going in the feed. Sorry, Anna Marie. Yeah. Red Brick said yesterday that the Iran's president listens to the show and he was coming to see me and they shot him down. Hey, I'm just that famous that people get shot down for it. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Wow. Anyway, we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with all that. And we got a 2-alarm fire that happened, ladies and gentlemen. A 2-alarm fire happened and broke out at a Tesla assembly plant out in Frisco, California, but no injuries were reported at the 2-story building. Fremont, California. Sorry, not Frisco, Fremont, California. The Fremont plant has been around since 2014, and there were some accidents between then and 2021. Maybe they're just trying to get some insurance off of it. I don't know. You know, Elon Musk is trying to make his money. Not any of the Mysterios. Dragon Lee. Oh, I know who it is. Brock. I don't know about all that, man. We don't say anything. We're not racist up in here. All right, let's see. Logan, all the balls are one word. Soccer, football. Soccer ball. You got me confused. You guys keep guessing Logan Paul Jr.'s guess the wrestler emoji this morning because he does a great job with that. If you're a wrestling fan, you're going to be able to do it. If you're not, you'll be like, I don't get it. 8 ball in the side pocket. Randy Orton. They all stand for balls. Is it Bailey? Yeet. I just got to say yeet. That'd get me out of trouble with anything with Logan Paul Jr. Yeet. All right, let's continue on with our news stories this morning and everything. We're going to talk about 12-foot alligator, ladies and gentlemen, in Florida near MacDill Air Force Base. And the Bigfoot was sighted at a Ohio school that shut them down. They got in lockdown because of Bigfoot. In the South, if you get in lockdown because of Bigfoot, it's usually somebody's dad. Oh, that's Mr. Johnson. Oh, good Lord. He's just got all that hair. You know how we Southern people all got all long hair, long beards. Look like the guy who used to play drums for Willie Nelson and Charlie Daniels back in the day, and also starred on Tim the Two-Man Taylor's Home Improvement Show. Logan Paul taking them shades off. Here we go. All right, Red Lobster, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one that I want to get into. 22 minutes past the hour, 64 degrees, in the Atlanta, metro Atlanta area. Beautiful sunny skies out there. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Mike on the crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. Coming up is Horrifying Histories. Very own Brenda Gasky joins us, period number 3. All right, let's take a look at some of here. Oh, you hate alligators. Me too, brother. I wouldn't want to mess around with them. Red Lobster, one of the largest seafood. And we already had someone explain something earlier, which I love, the point that changing the menus, changing the food, and some of they were going out of business. I am glad to hear that. Not glad to hear that, but glad that there's something that's going on other than just people losing their jobs in the economy. But I hate people losing their jobs because this is one of my favorite places to eat. One of the largest seafood restaurant chains officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in the mid-district of Florida down there in Florida. They did this on Sunday as the chain will keep operating in our area. Of course, in my area, our Red Lobster is open. So you guys get there when you can. Many locations last month, about 50 of them closed down in stores in the last week. But they're pursuing potential buyers. So hopefully somebody with a lot of money can come in and everything. His real name is Michael. You got me confused, Logan Paul Jr. Yes, give up. We give up. What's up, Cher? What you doing? 162 votes so far, and we're only halfway through. We're probably going to get more votes this time than we did on the pizza. Good morning. People lost their lives in a tornado. Oh, good Lord, yes. That was something else I was going to talk about. But I hope that somebody comes and buys the Red Lobsters. And please, somebody with local money for our Red Lobster. I know that this is, guys, come on. I know you don't like people. I know you don't like what's going on. Come on, brother man, out there with the money. I know you're listening. Go and buy our Red Lobster so we can keep it here. No, it's not closing. The Miz. God, what in the world? I should have got that right. I just played his theme song at the beginning of this. And Ahmad got it right. Woo, he got it right. Way to go, brother. You guys keep playing in there. Yeah, but you know what? I'm just saying to keep it initially from happening. I hope that we can get some people, somebody with a lot of money to buy it. Hey, Cher. And then what Cher was saying about the tornadoes that came through there, and a tornado 3 hours from her yesterday. I know that they are taking up funds and going into the area, and there's going to be some cleanup. These tornadoes get bad. What's sad is that same area of Iowa, back in the wintertime, certain parts of Iowa had a lot of heavy blizzard snow. So, had a lot of heavy blizzard snow. So we'll keep you in our thoughts and our prayers. International news. We did a little bit of that with Israel's prime minister and Iran's president and everything. So got a lot of stuff there too. World news. World news tonight. We're going to have some strange and unusual news coming up for you too. Because we got to get ready for Brenda Gaskey in the final period. She's going to get strange and weird with us. That's what I was thinking, Cher. The same area that got hit hard with this, with the snow back in then is the same area that got hit with. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I kind of was putting that together when I read this news story. Prayers for all of our friends there. We'll pray over our friends in Iowa. We love them. We want them to be protected. We want some things to come out for them. We protect that their families are all right. We know there's some dangers that happen with this tornado, and we pray over those that were affected by this and those that are around them. In Jesus' name, amen. I want our friends to be taken care of. I just, there you go. Woo! Sorry, Ryan, I'm not buying Red Lobster. Come on, Pete. Go buy it, man. Maybe just go for lunch, Pete. Come on, buy it, man. Buy it. Here's some international news you guys can check out on our WQEE page. 1 dead, 71 injured after an extreme turbulence in a Singapore Airlines flight. Chinese blogger jailed 4 years for COVID-19 report saying she's been released. Also, Kenya's president makes a historic visit to the United States. And Norway, Ireland, and Spain saying Wednesday that they will formally recognize Palestine as a state as of May 28th in an effort to inject a renewal into the hope of the two-state solution that decades of conflict has caused in that region. So there's some stuff there for some international news, my friend. Thank you for asking. Wow. Some of the things there. Round 2, go ahead and pop it in there, brother. See if somebody can see that. Greenfield was almost totally destroyed. Oh, my God. Were there stuff I saw here was kind of dangerous, but was there any reports of any kind of deaths? Because they didn't really report anything. I know they're doing some cleanup and everything, but there you go. Cher says, I don't eat Red Lobster, so it didn't matter to her if they closed it. I don't eat Red Lobster, so it don't matter. She like Cracker Barrel. Yeah, you notice Cracker Barrel's not going to be shut down. Oh, wow. Let me check. I'm going to have to check on that as we get ready to head into the break. If this thing don't freeze up on me. Every day at the same time. Lord Jesus Christ, bless everyone who are in need. We love you, our Savior. Thank you, Monty. I appreciate that, brother. We're going to do our daily devotion coming up towards the end of this hour and everything. Logan Paul Jr.'s in the house, the United States heavyweight junior champion. Greenfield, that's there. An unknown number of people have passed away there. Strong's Tank, Greenfield. Wow, that poor little town there. Wow. It is, according to Chicago and Midwest storm chasers, they said Greenfield, Iowa is completely leveled by the tornado track. It's very bad here. And I'm looking at a video of it from that group, Chicago and Midwest storm chasers. I don't know if you ever heard of that. A town of 20,000 people. That's a pretty small town, but we're definitely going to pray for our friends. Almost just said that Logan Paul? Back in a moment. Logan Paul Jr., thank you. Wow. We don't want anybody to be injured, and I thank everybody for doing their prayers and stuff in here. 2,000. That's not a lot of people. About 50 miles southwest, according to the Iowa State Patrol, confirmed multiple fatalities. Des Moines is where it's like 50 miles southwest of where Slipknot came from. I got it right. It was Logan Paul. I'm smart. I know Logan Paul. That's going to be the answer to every one of them. That or yeet. Well, they're looking at getting some help there too, Cher. But check out I don't know if they show it completely on the news, but this Chicago and Midwest storm chasers, they got video of the whole area. That's like happened over there in Alabama a few years ago and Georgia a couple of years ago. That looks just like what happened here. Good God almighty. There's nothing left in some of these. There's a lot of buildings destroyed, Cher. Woohoo! Round 3. Pray for the people who are suffering during the hard times. Oh, Father in heaven, save everyone in such disasters. Thank you, my brother. At least I know we got some good people on here. They got an aerial shot, Cher, of the whole thing. Man, there's very little buildings still standing. Thank you for that prayer for these people. A-Town Down. That's Austin Theory. He's from Atlanta. Austin Theory, A-Town Down, Austin Theory, and Graceland Waller. Yeah, I'm seeing this. It's across all these fields here. Chicago and Midwest storm chasers. You can see that on their page. What happened, nobody? Bad, strong tornado 3 came through Greenfield, Iowa yesterday and leveled the whole town. They need food, water, and supplies. They've got about 2,000 people that live there, and a large number of people have been killed. I knew I was right. You're not going to get my Atlanta boys on, not knowing my Atlanta boys. You're welcome, nobody. And you're not a nobody. You're a somebody.
I'm Christy, owner of Elvis Insurance, located here in Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs.
Yep, I'm going to talk about this a little bit before I head back into some other stories.
755
Thank you. I appreciate that. He's Shawn Michaels. Well, Shawn Michaels and Triple H and all them were my heroes back in the day. Wind turbulence, knocked down and caught fire. Oh, okay. So when the fire caused some of the damage too, Cher. Because I knew it looked like it was just looking at this video. There's less standing up than more. A lot of tornadoes come through and hit things, but this one's really, really bad. One wind turbine knocked down and caught fire. Logan Paul Jr. Round 4. Grayson Waller. Yeet. Yeet. He'll let me win it if I say yeet. Randy Orton, way to go. Way to go. We got a couple of wrestling fans in here this morning, ladies and gentlemen. We'll give you a little rundown of what's happening on AEW Dynamite tonight. But first, I got to get back to this tornado that happened there in Greenfield, Iowa. Completely devastated. Please send food. Please send help, food, water, and supplies and everything. And they're setting up something for that. I'm looking at Chicago and Midwest Storm Chasers feed as they're showing it. I'm looking at the video. According to Cher, of course, there was a one wind turbine knocked down and caught fire. So not only the one turbine caught fire, but fire has caused some stuff. Fire has caused a lot of this. So looking at this, I was like, man, there's more damage than just wind damage and destroying buildings. But this whole town is totally destroyed. It's going to take a long time for this community to come back, ladies and gentlemen. See if you can find any way to help out. We are going to look for how to help out, ladies and gentlemen, and put that on our Facebook page as well as I tell you here on the show because I watched the video during the break and it is scary. We had some bad tornadoes here in our area and knocked some things down, but people were able to have businesses continue and everything. By looking at this with the fires and everything that spread there, they just not, ladies and gentlemen, not capable of rebuilding this town without the help of the federal government, without the help of the state, without the help of us helping out and everything. So, Sheriff, you come by something before I do, let me know. I want to put it out there how people can help with food, water, supplies, and everything. Because I know they're going to start talking about that today. So, Horrifying History says, I hate tornadoes. My thoughts are with those who were hit. Thank you, Horrifying History 101. Professor Brittany Gasket joins us next period. That's right. The professor is in the house. She's going to be talking with us about some, another story that stains the blood of the history books. Oh, we're tied right now. All right, Logan Paul Jr., drop it in there. All right, which of these famous? Now, this one is so cool this morning. Which of these famous? And look, last week I got 168 people to vote on their favorite topping of pizza. And then I was like 168, 100 and this, 130. Every day it was getting, but today's the biggest one so far, ladies and gentlemen. Today's the biggest one. Which of these most famous bank robbers will you likely watch a documentary on? 39% say Jesse James of the James Gang. Bonnie and Clyde, 28%. Patty Hearst, 10%. And others, 23%. So far, there's a lot of people voting on that. Man, I got 175 votes. It surpassed what my final votes were last week. Wow. They were wiped out 2-3 weeks ago. Man, come on, God. I know there's some people there that's probably doing wrong, but let's keep praying for our friend. But from what I hear, it's Tornado Alley in those areas too. Let's go to 200 votes. Yeah, let's do that today. Well, we still have almost an hour and 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. We could probably hit that. 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. You're holding at 64 degrees. Your time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. That's right. Ew, we don't want those gooey things. 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan takes care of that. Just for you, and me. Thank you for all the likes. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, like, subscribe, and share to the page. And if you want to help out, patreon.com/RyanORadio. That's patreon.com/RyanORadio. Help a brother out so he can buy him a pizza or maybe watch one of these documentaries you guys are telling me about. All right. I got to get into this one. Hey, Bigfoot fans, this one's for you. And in the South, if you see a big old hairy guy walking outside the school, it's usually somebody's father. So. Anyway, Tornado Alley has shifted further north. Wow. Well, let me know when they put up how to help out and everything and send things. Share. I want to put that out there on our feed and help out because those are our neighbors. Even though you guys are way far away, you're still our neighbors. Horrifying History says, that's true, Cher. Here in Canada, it's moved more east and sadly has settled where I live. That's because the tornadoes want to, and just like the bears, want to come visit you, Brenda. The Firelands local school district in Ohio was in lockdown last week for something that was very, very strange reason. Teachers and students were having a normal day like they always do. When all of a sudden, they looked outside and noticed a big hairy guy running up and down the road. Well, there was videos of it that came out. Bigfoot made an appearance outside of the school. Several students recorded it because, kids did, and shared on their social media with a local television station there in Ohio. In that area, sort of, kind of, played the video. And then at the end, it came to discover it was a student all dressed up doing a prank. And the school system says, hey, we don't like what you did. I like it. I think it was pretty funny. I'm not telling your kids to do anything wrong out there, but if you put on a Bigfoot suit and you run around outside the school, man, it's not like you do it. I mean, it's not like you're taking a gun to school and shooting people or you're threatening to blow the school up. I mean, to me, that was a harmless prank. A harmless prank. So, but hey, Brittany, you man hard. I'm guessing something one of my listeners put up. All right, and let's talk about this alligator. We talked about an alligator, 12.5 inch out, 12.5 foot alligator yesterday. Now we got a 12-foot alligator that was relocated from Florida's MacDill Air Force Base after not once but twice making its way onto the restricted area. The 12-foot alligator was first spotted in the Tampa Bay base area in April, and then second time last month. It's been dubbed Major MacDill in honor of the base. Oh, wow. No, don't say that. Jesse James and Bonnie and Clyde are my choices, but can only vote for one. Well, good. Thank you. I saw Bigfoot this morning. Look, Pete, don't be talking about yourself like that. Holly says you're a very good-looking man, so don't be talking about yourself like that. Yes, he did. He changed his name under a new one. All right. Staff Sergeant Mario Woods had a close encounter with something that could not be explained back in 1977. Speaking recently to the Disclosure Team podcast, Wood said who at the time had been tasked with guarding a missile site at Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota described how when he standing outside the center, he looked up and saw an object in the sky. The object was confused and large. Didn't seem like anything he knew, any kind of aircraft that they had there. He talked to some of his colleagues about it. He said the sergeant said it was a Walmart size. That's a big size, Walmart size, ladies and gentlemen. And so-called 4 beings. He said you could see it. Those orange, red, and white colors. It was the size of a Walmart building and as long as an aircraft carrier. He said 4 beings came out of it. He said, I saw these 4 beings, 3 small and 1 tall, about 20 feet away. He said they weren't walking. They were just moving at the same time, coming together. To this day, exactly what happened to him and his partner that night remains a mystery. Ooh. Anna Marie says, wrong drug. That doesn't give you visions. Doesn't give visions. LSD does that. What's wrong with some people? They pop too many pills, put everything together. Oh, I passed Bigfoot Cycles this morning. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I saw that big heavy thing. They're down the road. Trying. We can't guess it there, my brother. There you go. So, look at all this, that, and the other, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. So, wow. Oh, wrestling fans, are you ready for this one? Undertaker. Are you ready? Grayson. Oh, is it Grayson Waller? He is A-Town's partner. AEW Dynamite, they're going to 3 hours tonight. They're going to make a big thing that TNT says they can go to 3 hours, one show, because Saturday nights is not good because they're going to put their basketball back on and everything. So AEW Dynamite tonight. Tony Khan's got a big announcement. 3 hours, I think it's going to be. Snooze Orange Cassidy, which is like Snooze Max, boring, tags up with Will Ospreay to take on Trent and Roderick Strong, who's the international champion. Timeless Tony Storm tags up Maria Mays to take on Harley Cameron, and Saraya returns. I say Grayson Waller, I'm sorry. FTW title elimination match, 3-way match, has Hook taking on Brian Keefe, taking on Shabbat. Swerve Strickland takes on Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne's going to beat him? No. But they'll embarrass him and make him lose. Tashiki takes on Matt Sydal. Kyle O'Reilly will take on Malachi Black. Brian Danielson will take on Saddam Singh, the big man. And John Moxley makes an appearance along with the Bang Bang Gang. That's all coming up as we head into Sunday's AEW's Double or Nothing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I am the winner. What did I win? A free trip to Canada? I'll go to Canada. All right, ladies and germs. 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're going to be back here. We got a couple more things in store for you before you end the hour. Red Hot, Green Hawk. I really like Hulk Hogan's hairstyle, by the way. Oh, you know where it's going bald? Hey, brother. What you gonna do when I'm going completely bald and long in the back? Brother, oh yeah. Well, kind of like Randy Macho Man Savage. Ooh, yeah, my hair is gone too. Thank you, Red Hawk, Green Hawk, for bringing that up. Oh, I love these guys. I love everybody's on this morning. You just don't know. We're going to take a break. Stay tuned. Which of these most famous bank robbers would you likely watch a documentary on? Jesse James, 37%. Bonnie and Clyde, 30%. Patty Hearst, 9%. And others, 24%. Guys, you call for it. My brother. Guess what? You wanted to get 200? We're at 197 votes right now. This is the largest voting that we've had on our poll question since we started. We've got another hour and 10 minutes, so we should get at least 200. Wait, I take it back. Guys, we have hit it, the 200 mark. Woo! Called it, you did, Hamad. You did, Hamad. Just a kid, though. That's all right. Don't worry. There's no cussing in here. You don't have to worry about that, Wong. Bingo. Back in a moment. So is Logan Paul Jr.'s a kid in here. Don't have to worry about anything. Your parents don't have to worry about all that.
Hey, this is Pastor Tim Scott. I come on Sunday at 11 a.m. and Tuesday at 11
Vimto Bill. My granddad, he was a bank robber. He used to rob banks, etc., and play dominoes with family. Was he even with the mob? Bill, was he in with the mob? When we get closer to the pay-per-view, with him taking on Cody Rhodes, we'll have that one. L, hello there from Greenville, South Carolina. I love South Carolina. I was born there. Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville, South Carolina. Oh, okay.
As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have
Really?
the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively with technical drills.
Thank you very much for your service, American Freedom 101 from Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Thank you for what you do that allows us and all my wonderful listeners in here to have the freedom to run our smack. Thank you very much. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your service. Ram Part says, I'm plagued by visions. Hopefully they're good visions. I like Pepsi. Would you like to share it with me, buddy? Oh, here you go. You're very welcome, American Freedom 101. I do the best I can. I appreciate that. Hey, how you doing? Francis Lopez. Miss Lopez, how you doing this morning? Guys, if you want to help out with the show, go to our Patreon at patreon.com/RyanORadio. That's patreon.com/RyanORadio. Or, ladies and gentlemen, you can go to our very own Cash App, $RyanShelander, RyanShelander, and help a brother out. Thank you guys for that. So there you go. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary on 99.1 FM. You're in lockdown. Anna Marie says, stay away from LSD. Hey, Ms. Lopez, you going to say hey back to us? Is that J1GY? My dad was in the mob. Him and his brother ended up in the river. Oh, I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to know anything about that. We don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. I didn't hear that. J1, is that one? J1GY. I didn't hear that. Cher says, I like Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. Man, we're at 213 votes now, guys. Somebody called it earlier. Well, we'll probably get maybe we'll get 250 today. Wow. Thank you guys for 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give me a hell yeah if you want to play a game. Austin 316 says, I just whooped your butt. Hell. Wong? Okay, awesome. There's some kids in here. Chili Billy says Austin 316. There you go. That's the bottom line. Yeah. All right, there you go. Hey, Logan Paul Jr., you got some new listeners in here that are probably young too. Play with them. All right. Sorry about that.
Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Had a great time. Thanks for hosting this live. Got to go. Take care. Bye. Bye-bye there, Ahmad. I hope I said it right. I hope I'm saying it right. But you called it. We're at 2:14, brother, just to let you know.
Because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners of
Oh, El, you used to watch the Rock and Roll Express? You must be a little older.
sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more.
El, are you a girl or a guy? If you're a girl, I know why you like the Rock and Roll Express.
WQEE 99.1 FM.
This is Dave Scott.
Good morning. Good morning there, Red Bricks.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Not that bad.
All right, let me get ready to pull up your information and everything. I got to finish out this hour, and then we'll get ready to go on.
Already?
All right.
From the finest storytellers we know. Tune in.
Yeah, play with them in there, Logan Paul Jr. Got a couple
Is
of
that happening now?
what?
Like the Logan Paul fight? What is that? Is that like today or no?
No. Logan Paul is the brother of Jake Paul. He's a wrestler now. He's a U.S. champion. And this kid from Australia that listens to me, his name's RW. He loves him to death. So he always gets in here and does wrestling things. And that's why I tell the kids love wrestling, so we do wrestling things. All right, let me finish up, and then we'll get back to it.
Cool.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got so many people coming on. Like, subscribe, and share. If you want to help out with the show, all you got to do, ladies and gentlemen, is go to our patreon.com/RyanORadio. That's patreon.com/RyanORadio. And we want to thank you guys for being with us this morning, as well as we're heading over to we're heading to class. Get your pens and papers ready. And next period is going to be, of course, Horrifying History with Professor Brenda Gaskey. Stay tuned for that. And ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank, I didn't get to say it on the air. Good morning to Elle as Wong joins us. Chili Billy's joining us as well. Miss Lopez is joining us. And American Freedom 101, once again, thank you for the entertainment. He says, we say thank him for his service and what he's doing for our country, because without him, I'm not able to run my smack like this and have a good time. And we thank them. Babyface says, Seth, good morning to you guys. Stay tuned. We got Horrifying History coming up. You better be ready for class. Also, ladies and gentlemen, which of these famous bank robbers would you likely watch a documentary on? Jesse James got 37% of the votes. Bonnie and Clyde got 30% of the votes. Patty Hearst, the heir that helped rob a bank and fake her own kidnapping, 9% of the votes, and other 24% of the votes. That's it. 217 people voted so far. I thought 170 last week for your topping of your pizza was amazing, but this one's amazing. Thank you guys for all that you're doing. Continue to like, share, and subscribe this radio station page as we continue to move forward. Stay tuned for Horrifying History 101 with the host of Horrifying History, the one, the only, Brenda Gaskey. Back in a moment. All right, I'm back.
Hello.
Let's see here.
I just looked at, we're under tornado watch again.
What? Really?
Yeah. Remember how I mentioned the tornado valley moved in Canada from more west to east?
Right.
We get them all the time. Like last night, we were under tornado watch. Again, we're under another one today. We had one heck of a storm yesterday, though.
This coming after you, Brenda. It's all your fault.
No, it's all my fault.
Just, hey, tell your husband it's all your fault, and he'll be like, yeah, I agree.
Well, 2 years ago, we had that Durango. And after that, I think I'm good. I don't need any more tornadoes.
Morning, Red.
$25,000 damage to the house.
Babyface Nelson. There you go. That's a good one. So, yeah. I didn't know these poll questions, they help out with your analytics on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So YouTube's been sending me things saying, hey, you ready to start getting some advertisers? I'm like, yeah.
Well, I voted for Jesse James because honestly, the other ones you've seen before. You've seen the mini series or that sort of thing I've done before. Jesse James, you don't see
Yeah, exactly. Christopher Smith, good morning. God bless you, brother. We thank you. Yeah, I agree. Red Brick says, me too, Jesse James. All right, he's already going. You just kissing up to the teacher, Red. giving her the apple. Christopher, we thank you, brother. God bless you, my friend. I appreciate you. Logan Paul is going to play a little game with the kids in here. You guys play with him. It's going to be wrestling. I'm not going to have time to guess because I got a guest. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate you saying I'm cool. God bless you too there, Wideman on the right. Wideman on the right. That's a cool name. From Dubai, God bless you, man. Oh, hey, from Dubai, good morning. How you doing this morning? You guys just keep coming on and coming on. We appreciate that. Remember, if you want to help out with the show, it's patreon.com/RyanORadio. That'll help me get a pizza. Or go or produce, or maybe we can produce a Jesse James film for you.
Just as long as the pizza doesn't have pineapple, because that's a sacrilege right there.
Oh, I had so many people like pineapple last week. You'd have been mad at them.
You know pineapple on a pizza?
Thank you, Christopher.
In Toronto.
What is it?
Like Toronto, pineapple pizza was invented in Toronto. We're not happy about that.
Well, thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that. But I tell you what, the only thing I can tell you right now is the American team is going to win the NHL Stanley Cup again.
Well, I'm not going to say no to that.
But I'm saying that. But I know I'm saying that. But my midday show guy's significant other, she's an Oilers fan, so she might leave Florida and come all the way up here and kick my butt for saying that.
Well, as much as I want to be an Oilers fan, I still hold grudges about the whole Wayne Gretzky trade.
Thank you.
But with that said, I wish them the best, and they're having a good year. I felt bad for that one guy from Vancouver with the blood clot, though.
Yes, I do too. Who's with him? They say, but yeah. So, but yeah, hockey, CFL football started the other night. You guys are just getting into your football season. It's like, wait a minute, why? We're about to end UFL. Football's over. Why you guys want to start playing now? I'm just thinking.
Because the sun came out. There's no snow. We got to do it.
I know that's right. No. Well, I won earlier, so I won a trip by playing Logan's wrestling game. Winning the wrestling game, I get a free trip to Canada.
Oh, great! Come visit.
Yes, I am going to visit one day. Everybody wants me to come visit. I'm going to have to come visit places one day. But
I'll even show you around. I'll get you the fin. Have you ever heard of a beaver tail?
What is that?
Well, other than being a tail attached to a beaver,
right?
It's a pastry that actually originated in Ottawa here, and it's long and flat. It's kind of donut-y, but kind of not. They deep fry it, then they lather it with butter and toppings of whatever you want. And one of them is called an avalanche. So it's like Nutella, Reese's Pieces are on top of that, a little bit of peanut butter sauce.
Oh no! That'd kill me.
They are evil.
They are evil. They are evil. Well, you know what?
They're amazing.
You know what? We now have a connection to Canada here in Noonan as well as Columbus. We have a Tim Hortons.
Oh, that. I prefer Starbucks. I'll be honest.
Well, it's exciting because our hockey team here got them as sponsors this year. Jesus, amen, brother. But
you do have some really good crullers there. That's my favorite. It's the honey crullers.
I'm gonna have to taste it. I haven't been to Tim Hortons.
Sugary air. They're delicious.
Sometimes you just can't go. You just can't do all that when that's just another place for when we've got Dunkin' Donuts and we got our famous Krispy Kreme. It just is. Look, there may be some restaurants shutting down, But I'll tell you right now, they won't shut down here where I'm at. People go to them too much.
It's funny. I literally, if you walk 2 blocks, I could hit a Tim Hortons from where I'm at.
Oh, Red Bricks. Oh, man, that's me. Red Bricks he's in Detroit. He said, now you were kissing up to the teacher. Now you're going to make the teacher mad. He says, come to the upper part of Michigan. You can see all the Canada's garbage being dumped.
Well, that isn't right.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Recycle. I'm all about the recycle.
Oh, recycle. Is that what they call it? Recycle? Because Detroit says it's not.
Well, I actually, this has happened very recently. I'm driving in Ottawa. I've stopped at a light, and some fill in the blank with whatever you want to use.
Okay.
Threw out a McDonald's bag full of their waste just out the window. And I'm like, what the actual hell? So I switched lanes. I was able to move up. And I'm like, are you going to pick that up? And he's like, what? The trash you just threw in the road? You realize, first, it's illegal. Secondly, if an animal eats it, you could kill him. And thirdly, it's just gross. I apparently made him feel so bad. He went and picked it up.
Wow. I have one of my lists.
It's a trash can. You bring your trash home. You don't throw it out a window. What are you thinking?
Well, if you're on a long trip on a long interstate, yeah, you throw it out. Not just kidding.
No, there's no exceptions to Brenda's rule. Save the environment. Do not throw your trash out of your window.
Ah, dadgummit. Well, I was planning on visiting Canada and throwing McDonald's bags everywhere.
I won't let you, Ryan.
Since you got McDonald's there,
Oh, we do.
do you have sausage biscuits at McDonald's?
I don't think so, actually.
What?
I know we have, the sausage McMuffin,
Uh-huh.
but we don't have it, on a biscuit, necessarily.
Oh, no!
I thought it was English muffin.
No, sorry, no. Now I know why one of my listeners from Canada asked about what biscuits were.
Yeah, we don't do biscuits here. When I heard those things, for years I wanted to know what grits were. I had no idea.
Thank you.
And then I had them. And I'm not a fan. Sorry, everybody. Not a fan of the grits.
Well, grits, no, I'm not into that either, but
A whole lot of carbohydrates in one location.
I don't really care about grits, but and most of my southern people will get on to me about it, but I'm not a big grits guy, but biscuits, come on. I'll eat biscuits with about everything. You guys got to sell them in a store, right? Come on.
I'm a bit addicted to garlic bread. If that isn't, helps you out at all.
That's similar.
It's close. I love
Red Bricks said grits are good. Sorry, Red Bricks. I don't want to make you mad. All right. We got a couple more commercials and we're going to be heading on.
We have to talk about pizzas and banks.
Pizza and bank robbers. That's it.
With a side order of 700 pounds of cheese.
Well, that's just what people want to talk about. They don't want to talk about the politics.
Coach, why would you want to do that when you can talk about cheese?
Yes, really. Anna Marie says, you don't like grits? Get out. All right, Anna Marie. Don't be talking to the king like that. You're not going to be talking to me like that, Anna Marie. She said, get out. Are you going to kick me out of Noonan because I don't like grits?
Well, what makes you feel better, we also got more, our votes are stronger and our cigarettes are stronger than yours, so. Maybe that's why we don't like grits. It's our taste buds are done.
Yeah, it could be.
Extra strong cigarettes and beer.
And that's probably what it is. Well, you have beer, it's 8 o'clock in the morning there, where here, if we get beer at 8 o'clock in the morning, everybody's looking at you like, that fella's got a drinking problem.
Yeah, and you can't get that at Tim Hortons. Now, you guys don't speak Hortons language yet? Have you learned?
Covey Kingston. All right, we're getting ready to go on, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the final period of the day. Yes, I said Covey Kingston. Red Bricks, thank you for joining us. And Anna Marie's messing with me. I'm going to ask that question before we get into it. We've got a great guest here, but first, 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, shout it out loud, across the RyanORadio media page, Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, 99.1 FM WQEE, the key home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and more. I say it's Kobe Kingston there for you. And ladies and gentlemen, our guest this morning is the creator and host of the podcast Horrifying History, which brings together the pages of history with the blood of the unknown and more. Please welcome the one, the only, our professor of the day, and every Wednesday at the end of the month, let's call her Professor Brenda Gasky. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning, Ryan. What an introduction.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I appreciate it. I try sometimes. So
Oh, you do a good job. Great.
I appreciate that. Maybe one day people will figure out that, I'm good at this and I'll start getting paid a lot of money for it. So
Yeah, like Howard Stern money, we could only hope.
yeah. I'd take Howard Stern's money. I'd take half of what he makes.
I wouldn't be greedy. I would take half.
Exactly. Oh, we're going to get into our stories today and everything. Pizza delivery, man, bank robberies and stuff. And this is perfect because last week our poll question on Monday or Tuesday was about, it was Monday. It was about what you like on your pizza. What's your favorite topping on your pizza? Pepperoni, of course, was the top one. Everybody put all kind of in there, but I had like 168, 170 votes. This morning, our poll question is, which of these most famous bank robbers would you likely watch a documentary on? 37% say Jesse James and the James Gang. Bonnie and Clyde with 29%. Patty Hearst, the heir that helped rob and all this good stuff, with 9% out there in Cali, and others with 24%. And we've got 225 votes so far on this one. So this has been a good one. And I'm going to ask you which one was yours, as well as I'm going to ask you your favorite pizza in a moment. So which of these would you like to see a documentary on, Brenda?
Jesse James. And
Woo,
the reason
tell me why.
behind it is simple. You don't see a lot of those.
Nope.
Comparison to the other options, right?
Right.
And I also love the fact of his age when he did everything. He was in his early 20s. And he caused so much chaos for the
Right.
time. I would love to watch a show about him.
I would definitely so too. And most of the time when you have everybody goes back, I mean, the James Gang were featured on several things. More people are in the ability to kid and everything. But one time, Frank and Jesse James went under different names, but they were featured on an episode of Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, really? I didn't know that one.
Yes. Back in the day, I guess when Laura was just a teen and being a preteen and everything, they held some people up at a house out in Walnut Grove. They were by a different name, but eventually everybody in Walnut Grove figured out it was Jesse James and Frank James, because one of them got shot and the doc had to doctor him up and everything. And it was awful. Laura Wilder, her books and everything. So yeah. So
Well, do you know that Laura Ingalls Wilder in one of her books hinted at the fact that her dad was a murderer?
yes, we talked about it on the show here.
Yes. Now, I guess a little bit more was happening in Walnut Grove than other having irregular floods and pestilence.
I guess so. I guess there was more than just Mr. Edwards dancing around with his big beard, looking like a wolfman dancing around to Charles playing the fiddle.
A little bit more, yeah.
Oh, wow. Anyway, I also want to know from your listeners, they said, what is the professor like on her pizza?
Well, I don't know if you guys have this type of pizza out there, but my favorite type of pizza is they actually use an Alfredo sauce, like a white sauce, and then they do seafood or chicken on it. It's so good. So good.
Wow. That sounds.
Try a pizza with an Alfredo sauce. It is a totally different thing.
They do the white sauce, as they call it here, and everything. And yeah, we have that. You can choose that. I'm more, of course, I like the more of mine red sauce, and it's really heavy red sauce on mine. But hey, I'll try it. It sounds good to me.
Are you like a thin crust guy or like a deep dish guy?
I can have. I'm a pizza guy, so I like it either. Thin crust. There's some days I just want thin crust so I can get through the whole pizza by myself. There's sometimes I want that deep dish like they have in Chicago. There's sometimes I want that New York style where it's greasy. So I'm just a pizza guy. I like it all. So how about you?
Yeah, I agree. There's not any pizza I don't like except for pineapple, because pineapple doesn't belong on a pizza.
Uh-oh.
Never.
Uh-oh.
Never.
Uh-oh. Now you're going to make the class mad because some of them like that.
You shouldn't. It's not great.
No pizza on your...
There's so many other options.
Yeah, you got so many other options. No pineapple on your pizza. What's up, Mr. Monk? Good morning to you. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. And, of course, go to our patreon.com/RyanORadio to help a brother out. Get a pizza. All right, we're going to jump into it. Bank robberies and pizza and more. I mean, this just leads right into some of our stories this morning.
It does. And I have a question for you, Ryan.
Yes.
Do you find that the little tasks in life evolve with time and technology?
Say that again.
Do you find like the little tasks that we have in life, that it evolves through time and technology?
Yes, I think so, yes. I agree.
I'll give you an example. Like, we don't even have to go to the grocery store anymore.
Woohoo!
About grocery delivery or meal prep.
Woohoo! Yes.
We don't even have to vacuum our floors because we can get a robot to do that.
Yes.
But the one thing that I do not miss is going to the bank. Would you agree with me on that?
Mm-hmm. I agree 110%. Banking online is so much easier.
Oh, it is. Because for me, just going to the bank is it's just painful for me. You know, you stand in line for what seems to be hours versus just using a teeny little app on your phone.
Yeah.
But to me, there's no contest here. But think of all that time we save with a banking app. But as we all know, sometimes we have to go to the stupid bank. And the pizza delivery man that we're about to talk about, he went into the PNC Bank, and it resulted in one of the weirdest schemes that I've ever heard of.
Ooh, pizza delivery and banks. And by the way, Anna Marie says, I guess she's going to get an F today. She says, you don't like pineapple? Get out. So she was kicking me out over grits.
I like pineapple, just not on pizza.
Ooh. Well, she likes it on pizza, so there you go. Oh well, you're going to fail today, Anna Marie, because you told me to get out on the grits. You're telling her to get out, so she fails today. We'll give her a flat F today.
Oh, we're going to get out that red pen.
That's right, the big red pen with the F minus. That's even worse. All right, let's jump into it. Let's talk about this pizza delivery guy in the bank.
Well, the guy's name was Brian Douglas Wells, and he was born November 15th, 1958 in Warren, Pennsylvania. Now, the thing is, Brian, his childhood, it's uneventful, so we're not even going to get into that. Now, nothing really happened to this guy until he decided to drop out of school and work as a mechanic. When he was about 36, though, Brian started to work as a pizza delivery man. Then 10 years later, Brian walked into a PNC bank located in Erie, Pennsylvania. To everybody who's seen him, he looked innocent at the first glance. He was a middle-aged man with glasses, and he was balding. But as he approached that teller in the bank, something seemed really off. Brian had a short cane in his right hand, and under the collar of his T-shirt was this really strange bulge. So when he approached the teller, Brian passed her a note, and it said, and I'm going to quote in part, "Gather employees with access codes to the vault and work fast to fill bag with $250,000. You only have 15 minutes." So then Brian lifted up his T-shirt, and he revealed that he had a heavy box-like device hanging around his neck, and it was a bomb. Now, I have to give credit to the teller in this bank, because she didn't panic at all, Ryan.
Right.
She told Brian there was no way they actually could access the vault at that time, and she then filled the bag with all the cash they had on hand, which was $8,702. After the teller passed the bag to Brian, he took a lollipop from the bowl on the cash counter, took off the wrapping, and then he calmly sucked on the candy as he walked out of the bank. He then got into his car and left, but he didn't get very far. Within 15 minutes, state troopers saw Brian in a nearby parking lot. He was standing outside his Geo Metro, and he was surrounded by police.
Ooh.
So the police pushed Brian to the ground and handcuffed him. So right now, Ryan, it is here that it's going to get weird.
Really?
The next set of events were the subject of international news in the following days, months, and years after this event. It became so famous that in 2018, Netflix released a true crime documentary about this, which they called Evil Genius, the true story of America's most diabolical bank heist. And it tells Brian's tale. And it also demonstrates that not everything is what it seems. Now, before I get into that, I've got to give you all a heads up. is they will be showing true video from what happened that day. And as you're supposed to find out, it's pretty darn graphic.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's my, civic discretion here before you guys go and watch that video.
There you go.
So while he was being handcuffed, Brian told the police that he did rob the PNC Bank, but it wasn't his choice. He alleged that right before he went to the bank, he was out delivering a pizza. It was at this point he was attacked by a group of men of color. These men held him at gunpoint and they chained a live bomb around his neck. So he started begging the police to believe him since this device was armed and it was going to go off very soon. So the officers immediately called in the bomb squad and they pushed the crowd back that was starting to gather. They then took positions behind their police cars and pointed their guns at Brian. For the next 25 minutes, Brian sat on the ground with his legs beneath him. It was here that he told authorities again that he was in the PNC Bank. He did rob it, but not by choice. He kept on claiming that when he was out on that pizza delivery, he was attacked by these individuals who forced him to rob the bank after they attached a bomb to his neck. So while the police decided to wait for the bomb squad to arrive, Brian asked one of the officers if somebody contacted his boss, which is kind of a weird behavior considering the situation. He was actually concerned that his employer would think badly of him since he didn't return to work. Now, shortly after this, the device started to beep, and the sound got faster and faster, and then it stopped. That's when the device detonated, and this blast threw Brian violently on his back. The explosion ripped a 5-inch tear into his chest. He only took a couple ragged breaths before he died at 3:18 p.m.
Wow.
Now, the bomb squad, they arrived to the site 3 minutes after this.
Right.
Now, that's why I wanted to give you guys a heads up. In the documentary, they show this exact moment of him actually getting hit by the bomb.
Ooh.
So now the police, they immediately started their investigation. So in Brian's car, they found a 2-foot-long cane, which actually was a brilliantly crafted homemade gun. Now, Brian himself, they started to think that he didn't have the ability to create that gun. Now, the bomb itself, it was also ingenious. It was hand-made, and it was a hinge sort of collar that worked kind of like a large handcuff to go around somebody's neck. There were 4 keyholes that went underneath the wearer's chin, and there sat a 3-digit combination lock. Underneath this was an iron box that contained 2 6-inch long pipe bombs that were attached to 2 different kitchen timers. So these bombs were loaded up with a double-base smokeless powder. Now, on top of this, there were multiple decoys to throw off anybody who would attempt to disarm this weapon. This included wires running through the device that led to nowhere, a toy cell phone, and stickers that had deceptive warnings on them. An additional electronic countdown timer was hung on the locking mechanism, and this sat on the victim's chest. Now, the authorities was able to tell that this device, as well as the gun, was built using professional tools, and this is a puzzle on its own.
Right.
So the police quickly discovered that Brian was working at his job as a pizza delivery man for Mamma Mia's Pizzeria on the day of his death.
Mamma Mia.
Just after 1:30 p.m., the business received a call from a payphone that was just outside a nearby gas station. The owner couldn't understand what the customer on the line was saying, so he passed the phone to Brian. Brian said that the customer wanted 2 small pepperoni and sausage pizzas to be delivered to 8631 Peach Street. This address was actually just a short distance away from the pizzeria, but it was the location of a transmitting tower for a local TV station. It actually was located at the end of a dirt road. So how did this random pizza delivery turn into a bank robbery and a murder?
Tell us.
Well, this is where the cops turned to the notes that they found inside Brian's car. So what they discovered was handwritten notes that were addressed to the bomb hostage. 9 pages of instructions told the hostage that they had to rob the PNC Bank of $250,000, and then followed the attached instructions that they gave. It was kind of like a morbid treasure hunt. Now, the instructors, they came with a very strict timings with them, and very complex instructions to find various keys and combination codes that were hidden throughout the town. They had drawings, detailed maps, and a whole lot of threats. So if Brian didn't do what he was told, according to these notes, or if he did what he was told, he would find the keys and the combination code that he needed to free him from this bomb. But if he didn't follow the instructions, or if he couldn't find the key or the code, he died. So as these instructions said, and I'm going to quote here apart.
Okay.
There's only one way that you can survive, and that's to cooperate completely. This powerful booby trap bomb can be removed only by following our instructions.
I probably would have took the note back to my boss and said, hey, call the police.
I think I would have just went down straight to the police station myself.
Yeah.
But that's not what Brian did. The instruction said that Brian was to enter the PNC Bank quietly on Peachtree,
Right.
and then give the teller the note that was
Peachtree.
provided by those behind the fact. So the note, as we said, demanded $250,000, and according to these instructions, Brian was going to use that gun in the cane to threaten anybody who tried to run or people who wouldn't comply.
Wow.
So the note was given to the teller said that Brian had a bomb, and it would explode in 15 minutes if that full amount was not given to him during the time frame. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that teller couldn't access the vault and only gave Brian $8,702. But even with this discrepancy, witnesses told the police that Brian didn't look panicked at all. In fact, witnesses said that Brian was very confident as he walked out of the bank. Now, not only was he sucking on that sucker that he took from the teller, but he was swinging his cane gun and the bag of money like he had no care in the world. So after hearing that, Ryan, do you think that Brian was involved in the robbery himself? Like this was all a ruse? Or do you think he was an innocent victim so far?
I think that I'm feeling like he's a part of it. Now, I will only know that he's a part of it. I just need to know what type of sucker he was sucking on, because if it was a cherry one, I'm going to say he's innocent. But if it's any other color, he's guilty. I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, that makes sense. So right after Brian's death, the police decided to try to complete that treasure hunt themselves to try to find any clues that happened. Makes sense, right?
Yes.
Well, the first note was very simple. It said in part, and I quote, exit the bank with the money and go to the McDonald's restaurant. Get out of the car and go to the small sign reading drive-through open 24 hours in the flower bed. By the side, there's a rock with a note taped to the bottom. It has your next instructions. So police were able to confirm that Brian drove from the bank straight to the McDonald's after he left. He picked up a two-page note from the flower bed, and this directed him to a wooded area that was several miles away. It was there that Brian would find a container covered with orange tape, and this would hold the next set of instructions.
Wow.
But the thing was, Brian never got to the container. He was caught by the police before this could happen.
Wow.
So the police decided to go on with this treasure hunt, and they found a container that was covered in orange tape. So inside that container was another note. This one sent them 2 miles south to a small road sign where they could find their next set of instructions in a jar in the woods nearby. Now, Ryan, the police found the jar, but it was empty.
Wow.
That's when the police came to the conclusion that whoever set up this deadly treasure hunt called it off when the police arrived. But the only way this could have happened as if it was Brian and the police were being watched.
Yes.
So the next weird thing about this was Brian's clothing. So when he died, he was wearing 2 t-shirts. The outer one had a logo on it from the clothing company Guess. Now, Brian, he was not wearing 2 shirts when he arrived to work and when he left to deliver that pizza that day. And his relatives said that the shirt in question didn't even belong to Brian. So the police started to wonder, was this the way that the criminals behind this were taunting the police? As in, can you guess who actually is behind this? But that wasn't the only question that the police had at this point. Why Brian? Why was he targeted? Why this elaborate deadly treasure hunt? Now, more importantly, why would they have Brian travel all around town for clues in broad daylight when he could have been seen? And why were the clues put in a public location where they easily could have been found by anybody else, or the criminals could have been seen putting them there? So what are your thoughts on this, Brian?
I think that they were watching everything that was going on. I think that this Brian character was part of it. And I think that they were paying attention and they were taking things out so that if it did come down to just going to jail for theft or going to jail for theft and other things are going to be way worse. So I believe it all has to do with somebody was smart enough to plan this out. I don't know who planned it out, but there was a ringleader to it, and Brian was a part of it.
Well, that's what when I was looking into the story, that's where I sat here too. It to me sounds like Brian was involved in some way, but the thing is, was it that they were so confident they weren't going to get caught that they were going and sending them on this goose chase and risk them being seen in the daylight, or were they just that narcissistic? So we're about to find out. Now, the word what happened that day flew around the community agents decide to get involved, and they started hunting for clues to find out the identity of now who was being called by the press as the caller bomber. So to try to answer some of these outstanding questions, the authorities started looking into Brian himself. Now, Brian was a loyal employee for that pizzeria for 10 years, and he only called in late one time when his cat died.
Right.
Even though his shift was ending, he did agree to deliver that pizza order, and he left his place of employment by about 2 p.m. The delivery location was only accessible by a dirt road, and it was in a wood just off Peach Street. So when the police searched this location, they did find shoe prints that matched Brian's and tire tracks that matched the treads on his car. But this site offers no other clues of what may have happened when Brian tried to deliver this pizza. So a day after the bank robbery, a reporter from the local newspaper decided to go to the tower to see what he could find. Now, the dirt road leading up to the area that the pizza was to be delivered to was cordoned off by authorities for obvious reasons, but the reporter saw somebody there who stood out to him. It was a tall, heavy-set man in denim overalls. Now, this guy was pacing back and forth in front of a home right beside the dirt road, and his backyard extended almost to the TV tower.
Wow.
The journalist decided to approach the man and start a conversation, and the man told him his name, Bill Rothstein. Now, Bill, he was a single 59-year-old handyman who lived in the area his entire life. He acted like he had no clue what was happening in the backyard, so the reporter asked him, why don't they just go in the backyard to get a little closer look? So Bill agreed, and after walking through some thick undergrowth, the two men returned to the front of the house about 15 minutes later. Now, nobody thought much about this encounter at all because it doesn't sound related, but on September 20th, less than a month after the collar bomb robbery, Bill called 911 to tell them that at 8645 Peach Street, they would find a dead body frozen in the freezer in the garage. This was Bill's home address. So now when the police showed up, obviously they took him into custody because they did find that body in the freezer. But the police, when he told the story, was kind of strange.
What?
He said for weeks now he was suffering from mental anguish and he was considering to take his own life. He wrote a suicide note in a black marker, and investigators found it on his desk. So it proved his story to be true. Now, in this note, Bill apologized to everyone who cared for him and said that the body in the freezer was a man named Jim Rodden. According to this note, Bill didn't kill Jim or participated in his death in any way. It also had a disclaimer on the very top that said the dead guy in the freezer had nothing to do with the collar bomb incident, which the police thought that's a pretty weird thing to say when you weren't even a suspect.
Really?
So, now Ryan, I'm guessing right now that you may be thinking, how did an allegedly innocent person end up with a body in their freezer?
Well, it happens all the time in the South. So I'm really not thinking. I'm thinking that somebody stored it in there and he didn't know, and he never really checked his freezer because he didn't never use it that often.
Well, that's a good theory, but it's not a correct one.
I know.
Bill had an explanation for this.
What was it?
He claimed that around the time of the collar bomb incident, Bill got a phone call from his ex-girlfriend, Marjorie Deal Armstrong.
Uh-oh.
Now, the two dated in the late 1960s and early 1970s. And in this call, Marjorie claimed she shot and killed her live-in boyfriend, Jim Rodden. They were arguing about money, and during this argument, Marjorie shot Jim in the back with a 12-gauge shotgun. She asked if he would do a little favor and help her get rid of that body and clean up the crime scene.
Okay.
Now, Ryan, if somebody that you were in a relationship over 30 years ago called you up and asked you if you would help dispose of a body and clean up a crime scene, would you do it?
No, I'd say no. You need to call one of your other exes because I'm not helping you store the body. Mm-mm.
But can you imagine that getting that call? Hi, haven't seen you for 30 years. By the way, can you clean up a crime scene? That's not what normal people do. So, and for Bill, it was that he was a little different for this. For some reason, he claimed he drove over to Marjorie's house, which is about 10 miles away. He cleaned up the crime scene,
Right.
put the corpse in his garage freezer, where it stayed for about 5 weeks.
Right.
He then melted down the gun, scattered the pieces throughout the county, and it was here that Bill was struck with a moment of morality. He said he couldn't go through with the rest of his plan, which was for Bill to grind the body up and dispose of what was left.
Ooh.
He claimed he was terrified of what Marjorie would do to him after she found out, so that's why Bill decided to call 911. Now, soon after this, Marjorie was arrested for the murder of Jim, and she said that, well, I'm mentally ill, but I'm pleading guilty.
Oh my God.
After this, still died of lymphoma. So you're probably thinking, okay, Brenda, this is crazy, but what does any of this have to do with this collar bomb incident? Well, originally, the federal agents didn't care at all about Jim's murder and how he ended up in prison.
Yeah, who
And
cares?
the reason was that was a local jurisdiction issue,
Who
but it
cares?
didn't actually appear to have anything to do with the bank robbery. But then, in April 2005, federal agents received a call from a state trooper who had spoken to Marjorie about a completely different murder. Now, Marjorie claimed that Bill's suicide note was a complete lie and that Jim's murder had everything to do with the collar bomb incident. Now, federal investigators decided to go see Marjorie and ask her about this, but she wanted to cut a deal. She said if they would transfer her to a minimum security prison that was close to her hometown, she would sing like a canary. Now, before you guys all hear the rest of the story, I want to tell you all a little bit about Marjorie.
All right.
Before she went to prison for killing Jim, she was well known for her string of dead lovers. Back in 1984, she first came to the public's eye when she was charged for murdering her then-boyfriend, Robert Thomas. Now, according to Marjorie, she shot Robert 6 times in self-defense.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
Now,
Yeah.
the jury believed her, and she was acquitted of all charges. 4 years later, her husband, Richard Armstrong, died. Now, the death was ruled as accidental, as it seemed like Richard had a cerebral hemorrhage. But when Richard was brought to the hospital, he had a serious head injury, and for some reason, the case was never forwarded to the coroner's office to be investigated.
Right.
Now, according to her former classmate, Marjorie was an extremely intelligent woman, and she had a highly advanced knowledge of literature, history, and law. Now, court records tell us that she suffered from bipolar disorder, and she suffered from massive mood swings. She became paranoid, and she was extremely narcissistic.
No.
Not at all. Now, during the first murder investigation, investigators discovered that Marjorie was hoarding about 400 pounds of butter and about 700 pounds of cheese.
Okay.
All of this was rotting inside her garbage-filled home.
Ugh.
Now, there's something in psychology, as a lot of people say. The condition of your home is the condition of the inside of your brain. And with her, it was filled with a hot mess.
It was.
Now, before her first trial, psychologists deemed that Marjorie was not mentally competent to stand trial. And they did this 7 times before the judge finally decided that she was fit to stand trial for the death of Robert. Now, all of this combined made the authorities think that Marjorie did kind of seem like the type that would devise this weird plan behind this bank robbery. So the police thought that due to her narcissism, Marjorie would want to tell the world about her brilliance and how she came up with this plan.
Here she goes.
When the investigators started talking to her, that's exactly what happened, Ryan.
Uh-oh.
Marjorie started to claim that she was no way involved in this collar bomb incident, but she knew about it. She said she was the one that supplied all those kitchen timers used in the bomb, and she just happened to be near the bank during the robbery. She then claimed that Brian was in on it, and it was Jim that was the mastermind behind this whole thing. But at this point, the investigators weren't buying this. They thought that Marjorie was actually the kingpin. So over the next couple weeks, the police met with four separate informants. All of them claimed that Marjorie told them all about the collar bomb incident in detail. Now, one of them said that Marjorie insisted that she was the one who killed Jim because he was going to go to the authorities and tell them everything that happened. She also said to the same informant that she measured Brian's neck to make sure that bomb would fit. So a couple months after Marjorie got arrested, investigators, they got a break in this case. A person came forward to say Kenneth Barnes was also involved in this crime. So Kenneth was a local TV repairman who decided to change careers to be a drug dealer. He was a fishing buddy of Marjorie's, and he started to tell everybody about this collar bomb plan while he was in jail on unrelated drug charges. So when the authorities threatened Kenneth with even more time in prison, he decided to cut a deal. He would tell them everything that happened if he would get a reduced sentence. So after the deal was made, Kenneth said that it was Marjorie that was the mastermind behind the collar bomb incident. She created his entire plot because she needed cash. Why did she need cash?
Why?
Well, she needed the money to pay Kenneth to murder her father, who she thought was blowing through his fortune. Now, she was not scared for him to spend what she thought was her inheritance, so she came up with this entire plan to ensure she had the money to pay off somebody to kill her father. Now, allegedly, Marjorie's father cut off financial
Wow. Ooh, wee. This is.
It gets even weirder.
Oh, no. I mean, I thought a lot of butter and a lot of cheese was weird. We can make a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches, but it gets weirder than this?
Well, with all this information, the police wanted to talk to Marjorie again. This time, she had her lawyer there. Now, it was at this meeting that the investigators told Marjorie that they had all this evidence piling up against her and they were going to indict her. So, remember she was bipolar. That would be enough to make Marjorie snap. So she started screaming and swearing at the law enforcement. She kept slamming her fist onto the table. Then she cursed out her lawyer. But amazingly, with her being narcissistic, she still talked.
Wow.
At her second meeting, she agreed to drive them through the town of Erie to point out where she was the day that Ryan robbed the bank. Now, the police agreed to this, and it was during the drive that Marjorie admitted that she was at several of the locations linked to the collar bomb heist. But then she clammed up. After telling the officers, she's not going to give any further information unless she gets immunity from everything. Problem was, Marjorie already gave up too much information to the police, so the deal didn't go through. So after 4 years that this incident occurred, the U.S. Attorney's Office held a press conference saying that there was a major development in the case, and the investigation was now concluded. Marjorie and Kenneth were charged with carrying out what the police said was Marjorie's evil plot. They further announced that they charged other conspirators concerning this, which included Bill, and believe it or not, Brian, who at this time everybody thought was the victim.
Uh-huh.
The U.S. Attorney's Office stated that Brian was actually part of this whole scheme from day one.
What?
Now, according to prosecutors, they're saying that Brian agreed to rob the PNC Bank after he was told that he would be wearing a fake bomb. He further was told that the treasure hunt would be a ruse to fool the police
Right.
and allow him to walk away scot-free.
Okay.
If he was caught by the police, all Brian had to do was show the police the bomb and the written instructions as proof that he wasn't a perpetrator, he was a victim.
Yeah.
Now, while Brian thought he was part of his plan, over time, his co-conspirators decided to double-cross him.
No.
Instead of playing the role of a hostage, he became one. So when Brian's family, who just happened to be at this press conference, when they heard this, they were shocked and couldn't believe that Brian would be involved in this. In fact, they started screaming, liar, liar, to the U.S. District Attorney who was making this statement. Now, Brian's family were not the only ones who couldn't believe what they heard. A lot of people didn't think this made sense. Why would Brian agree to the role he played? When did he realize he was double-crossed here? So what is your thoughts on that?
Well, I think he was double-crossed. I think he was a part of it. I know that family never want a member of their family to do something wrong, but I mean, I believe there was a double cross. I believe he was set up. It was a pizza delivery driver. He wanted money. She was going to share whatever they had robbed with these people, once a little bit with these people. So yeah, you know.
Well, I can't help but wonder, would she have actually shared anything?
No, I don't think so, but she had them thinking it.
You know, she hoarded cheese. Why not money?
I mean,
Well, here's the thing. These questions became more and more prominent when a week later, the FBI announced the next piece to this puzzle. The treasure hunt itself was a hoax. The bomb around Brian's neck was rigged in a way that if anyone tried to take it off, it would instantly result in the bomb exploding. So Brian's death was no accident. The plan, Marjorie's plan, was for him to die all along. So, what happened next?
what?
Kenneth pled guilty to conspiracy and weapons charges concerning the collar bomb incident in September of 2008. He was sentenced to 45 years in prison, but he agreed to testify against Marjorie in court in hopes his sentence would be reduced. Now, the thing was, Marjorie couldn't go on trial right away. After she was assessed, a federal judge deemed Marjorie mentally unfit for trial. After her mental health improved, it was determined she could stand trial, but her health intervened again. It was here that Marjorie was diagnosed with glandular cancer, and proceedings were put on hold again because of it. So in August of 2010, the judge received Marjorie's physician's assessment on her health. He believed that she had 3 to 7 years to live.
Right.
But even so, the judge decided to move forward, and Marjorie's trial started on October 12, 2010. And that trial was a soap opera, Ryan, as
Oh,
you
I'm
can
sure.
only imagine.
I'm sure.
So, now in the first couple of days, the prosecutor already had built a strong case. He had called those linked to this plot, as I quote, twisted, intelligently bright, dysfunctional individuals who outsmarted themselves. Now, he put on the stand 7 former inmates who Marjorie told them all about what happened in the crime. And after that, Kenneth went to the stand. He told his side of the story of what happened in the days leading up to Brian's death on August 28, 2003. He said it was Marjorie who devised this diabolical plan and convinced all the others to help her carry it out. Brian himself, he was lured into the plot because he needed money.
Yep.
According to Kenneth, Brian had a relationship with a local sex worker. He
Ooh.
would purchase crack from Kenneth's dealer friends and then give the drug to the sex worker as payment. So in the weeks before the robbery, Brian started to fall deeper into debt with these dealers, and he needed some money fast. So when he was told about the plot, he knew that this would help pay off the debt, so he agreed to it. It was only after Brian delivered the pizzas to the TV transmission tower that he realized that his co-conspirators had double-crossed him. So he tried to run away when he realized that the bomb was actually real, but the members of the group tackled him. They held him at gunpoint and then locked the bomb around his neck. And then Marjorie went to the stand. Now, just to put this out there, if I were a lawyer, she would be the last person I'd put on the stand.
I know, right?
These guys didn't agree with me. So Marjorie went on the stand for about 5.5 hours a day, over 2 days. She just raged on everybody who was present, mocked her lawyer, and belittled the prosecutor. She
Sounds like a great
would
woman.
burst out into tears and scream on top of her lungs.
She could be in
The
Congress.
judge, he kept on cutting her off, but mostly she didn't care. She just kept on ranting. When it hit the day of decision, which was November 1st, 2010, Marjorie was convicted of armed bank robbery, conspiracy to commit armed bank robbery, and using a distractive device in a crime.
Wow.
She was sent to life in prison to be served consecutively with the sentence she was currently serving for the death of Jim. Remember, that was the guy in the freezer.
Right, Jim.
So she appealed this decision twice and lost. She also attempted to bring her case to the Supreme Court, and they declined to hear her case. She died in prison April of 2017. Now, Ryan, that's when you think this story is done.
Wow.
Remember the sex worker that
Wow.
was drugged?
Yes.
Well, in 2018, she admitted that she was involved in this scheme too. So in that Netflix documentary called Evil Genius, Jessica Hoopstick admitted her role in this. She claimed that it was Kenneth that approached her and asked her to find a person who would be scared into robbing a bank. So Jessica, she recommended Brian, who she said was a pushover. She admitted that she set up Brian for this exchange of money and drugs. She regretted her role in this, and that's what she was saying in this documentary. And she also said that Brian didn't have any advanced knowledge or was part of the plan. Now, there's a lot of problems with this, too.
Right.
Back during the investigation, Jessica was completely uncooperative with police. They always believed that she knew more than what she was saying, but they also believed she wasn't a credible witness. So, what happened to Jessica?
What?
She was arrested in 2018 for prostitution and unable to post her bond. She did her time and is now living her life trying to put all of this hot mess behind her.
Oh, good
So,
for her.
Ryan, what are your thoughts on this scheme?
Well, I think that this was a scheme that went haywire. I think somebody, best laid plans are laid out better than that. And I think these people were just trying to get what they want. And the leader of the pack, Margie, if she ever gets out of jail, she could run for Congress because they love those kind of people in Congress here.
Well, in my opinion, it's very clear that Marjorie was the lead in this crime.
Yes, she
It's
was.
also very clear that her mental health wasn't the best.
Nope.
But that doesn't explain why Kenneth would jump on board.
Relationship liking her. She probably did some women things to him. You know how women are.
Actually, I'm almost leaning towards that because it seems that she did use her femininity and sexuality to help lure guys in.
She did.
And she did. And like, seriously, why else would a guy from 30 years ago, you'd phone him and say, hey, can you chop up a body and throw it in your freezer for a while?
Yeah, I'll do it for whatever you want, honey. Her.
Sure, I'll be right over. I'll bring the bleach. Don't worry about it.
Surely, I'll be right over.
Now, to me, I think Jessica, to me, I can understand why she would get involved too. Again, she was getting something out of it.
She was messed up.
She's really the only person here that showed any sort of remorse. Everybody across the board, like, they almost treated Brian like he was a pawn in in a game, which he technically was.
He was. Wow, this is a very unusual and cheesy story. But anyway, let's talk about what's up at Horrifying History, what's coming up next for you, and all that good stuff, and how to follow you.
Well, Horrifying History, you can find it on any podcast provider, and we release our episodes on Wednesday. So today, I am telling the tale about a killing team that was nicknamed the Ken and Barbie Killers. And in our tale,
yes.
Barbie gets away with it. Have you heard of the Ken and Barbie?
I have heard of the Ken and Barbie Killers, yes.
Yes, and that is the interesting thing is Paul Bernardo and his former wife Carla Homolka. When this all happened, I was about the age of their victims. So
Wow.
in this case that I've wanted to do for a long time, but it really kind of almost like made me feel that I always thought that Canada was safe, and I learned it wasn't.
Nope, not at all. Well, make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe everywhere to Horrifying History, and follow Brenda. We'll have her back again next month for another great story. Guys, stay tuned. We can close out the show right after this. All right, that was awesome as always.
I just don't understand the cheese, but I do think it's a little bit of a brilliant crime.
Well, she was a cheesy person, so it was her personality. Just the personality. She was too cheesy.
You know what we're going to do next month? I got to top that.
Yeah, you're going to have to, because this one was a good one.
Well, you have a good day, Ryan.
All right, you do the same. We'll talk again.
Okay, bye now.
All right, bye. What's up, Ken? How you doing, brother? Captain Hot Buns. I didn't get to say it, so I get to say it now. Ain't easy being cheesy. That's what I was thinking, Red Bricks. Wait a minute. Got to put the shades on. It ain't easy being cheesy. All right, we got to get this. Shit, we got to get the next show underway, hopefully. Doc B comes in today. You might end up having to call and say, hey, the door's locked. Let's go ahead and finish up the show. Future so bright, you got to wear shades. That's right. All right, we're going to do this. Finish this up. Wow, we got a lot of votes this morning. I got more votes than I expected. I got more votes than both the politicians put together. Mine are all real.
So we will be on the Newman Square next week for 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you would like to contribute to this fundraiser, this cause we are doing with the Malachi Project, you can call or text 770-639-8685.
Want to thank you guys for that. They're going to be out on Friday in the square, so come on and be a part of that. Help them out. All right, ladies and germs, you're tuned in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. I want to thank Brenda Gaskey from Horrifying History for being with us and giving us a great story again. Always love her stories. Coughing this morning. Sorry about that. Future so bright, I got to wear shades. Good morning, everybody. Captain Hot Buns. Captain Hot Buns is with us this morning, as always. All right, let's do our daily devotion from Jesus Listens, Sarah Young's book, Proverbs 29:5, Hebrews 11:6, Romans 5:5, and John 4:23 through 24. My steadfast Savior, Protect me from the trap of looking at myself through other people's eyes. You've been showing me that it is much more real to see myself through your eyes. You glaze upon me with a steady and sure, absolutely untainted by sin or changeable nature. Lord, help me view myself and others from your perspective. Though spending time in your presence, I can experience the perfect reality. As I rest in your loving gaze, you fill me with deep peace. You're the glorious presence by worshiping you in spirit and in truth. Amen. That's brought to you by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue, here in the Metro Atlanta area of Noonan. 17 First Avenue here in the Metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Sunday mornings, 8 a.m. services inside, 9 and 10:30 outside services under 10, and 6:30 for the hip cool kids. Pastor Jimmy Ellison and staff invite you out. Yeah, on the square this coming up Friday, the Malachi Project, presented by Passion Life Church, will be out here. They'll be doing some things in downtown on Friday, beginning about 10 a.m. All right, well, there you go. Oh, I hear them. I don't know what's going on. They're coming after me. They're coming after me. They're going to shut me down. They're going to shut the show down. They're going to come shut the show down. They're coming after the show. All right, guys, make sure you help out on patreon.com/RyanORadio, patreon.com/RyanORadio. Help a brother out, maybe get a pizza or something. Let's go ahead and end the poll question this morning. My goodness. I wanted to get a few more on it. Which of these most famous bank robbers would you likely watch a documentary on? 38% say Jesse James, 29% say Bonnie and Clyde, 9% say Patty Hearst, the heir that helped rob and pretended she was kidnapped, and others with 25% of the votes. And let's end that. 244 people actually voted today, thank goodness. Arresting the Canadian garbage dumpers. There you go. That's your biggest crooks, huh? You have a good day too. You're off till Friday. I'm off Friday. What are you doing off Friday? Why you gotta work? You gotta work, man. What is wrong with you? I'm tired of everybody taking days off. I'm just kidding. Everybody. Now, it's probably because you're getting ready for Memorial Day weekend. That's coming up this weekend. So all the people out there, don't get too drunk this Memorial Day weekend. Because if you do, I'm going to embarrass you on the radio and talk about how you got drunk and got in trouble with the law. That's what I do. Anytime a holiday comes up, I just warn you. I just free warn you that it's coming up. A holiday. Don't do anything stupid because I'm going to make fun of you. It's just how I do it. Just like I make fun of all the politicians. I got more votes this morning than both the presidential candidates together because mine were all legal. Oh, man, I think I made somebody cry. Oh. He's talking about my people on both sides of the aisle. Cry, cry, cry. Don't talk about them. My side's good, your side's bad. My side's good, the other side's bad. Oh, you got vacation, Pete? We're going to end the show with some of our listeners here, listener stuff. We got to get out of here. We thank you. And with all that being said and done, you guys have a great day. Peace, love, respect. I am out of here. All right, ladies and germs. Let me go make sure. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks for all the participation.